Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to North Platte Sports Radio, where tonight we are at the football field here at the North Platte High School, where the North Platte Panthers welcome the Butler Bears in for the home opener for our North Platte Panthers. Now, the players have just taken the field. They're down on the north end zone, lining up. The band is making their way, and they'll be playing the national anthem, getting started. So a new season, a new team in a sense, after the seniors that graduated last year, but not new. My broadcast partner and buddy, Clay Atterbury. How we doing, sir?
Oh, I'm good. It's football season. College football kicked off last night. High school football tonight. Another college football Saturday tomorrow. It's one of the best times of the year.
It is, and we'll wait and see what. Now, have you had a chance to talk to Coach Quigley at all, or a little bit about this team? I have not had the opportunity as of yet.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit. Obviously, with it being the first game of the season, this is kind of one of those you go in and you kind of get what you can as far as scout stuff, and then from there it's just mid-game adjustments. But they did get a little bit on him. I know in the past Butler's kind of been a running football team. They do a lot of under center veer between the quarterback and running back. They will go gun a little bit when they need to throw it. From what he said and from the stuff I've seen, it all starts with their quarterback, Kellen Long. He's kind of the heart and soul. They go as he goes. He's quick on his feet. When he drops back to pass, it's one read, and if he doesn't like it, he's probably taking off. But they're going to try to run the ball first. I think they're kind of a lot like us in North Platte in the sense of they had a lot of older faces, veteran faces graduate, and there's a lot of new faces in here. So it should be a good test in terms of both sides are kind of having new faces take the reins and see how they react and under the lights on Friday night. So
yeah, well, and it's always interesting. Like you said, the first game you're kind of feeling out and really under real game conditions. You find out what you've got. You find out the mental toughness of the team. You find out what kind of team, and I think just kind of like it's almost like if you have children, the first child is not always like the second. It's not always like the third, and so much like that, this team is going to he's going to kind of figure out what it is and then coach them maybe a lot differently than he did last year.
Well, and yeah, I mean, you have the Jamboree last week, and obviously that tells you a little bit. But I've, as a coach, former coach, the Jamboree in week one, I mean, they can be totally different. And I think tonight's just a lot about finding that identity, especially with being a non-conference game. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this game doesn't mean a ton. Obviously, you'd like to try to get the win, but the biggest thing is just finding your footing and kind of figuring out what works before you start getting into your big conference games and obviously later in the season into districts. So I think Coach Quigley just wanted to come out and figure out their identity and figure out what he's got, and I think Butler's going to be that same way.
Yeah, I think that is exactly what's in store. Now, for those on the radio stream, you forgot to start it, so you're just joining us, but you have not missed anything. The band is marching on the track. The football team is in position for our national anthem, and we'll be bringing that to you. Clay Atterbury is with me tonight, and we are going to bring you the play-by-play for the Panthers home opener here in Dearborn, Missouri at the high school football field. Marching band making their way on the track. And I'm going to go ahead and open up that mic and have ours silence, and we'll let you listen to the North Platte Marching Band as they perform the national anthem.
Move your hats, place your hand over your heart as the Panther Pride Marching Band plays our national anthem.
Flat Pride Marching Band as they perform the national anthem, and now into the fight song for the North Platte Panthers and the school district. Panthers season kicks off with Butler. Next week, they've got Milan Wildcats, who they defeated in the semifinal game last year to go to state. That is on September 6th. Then on September 13th, Lathrop here at home. Then East Buchanan away. And the final game against Penny here at home on September 27th. South Shelby will be a road game on October 4th. October 11th, they'll play Mid-Buchanan at home. That is the last home game. And they've got 2 road games on October 18th, one at Lawson, and October 25th, one at West Platte. So that's the upcoming schedule this season for the Panthers. They've got 4 home games. And actually, Lathrop on September 13th is homecoming. So it comes early this year.
It does. I know during the school day, we've already started making preparations for homecoming, and I mean, we're only in week 2 of school, and we're already kind of trying to prep for homecoming too. It's kind of a busy time right now, but that limited amount of home games, you kind of gotta, you don't have too many options.
You
so
have
you gotta pick
very
one
few
that works, and that seemed to be the best one that worked even as early as it was.
I found it very, because typically homecoming was in October, but this year we're going to do it, fairly early in September, but that's kind of the way the schedule breaks this year.
Honestly, from a coaching perspective, it's funny that everybody loves homecoming, and then there's one person that does, and that's usually the head coach of the football team, mainly because they love the tradition of it, but it's a lot of distractions that week. So honestly, I think Coach Quigley's probably having the sense of, hey, we get that one out of the way early, like let the kids enjoy homecoming early on in the season while we're still trying to get our footing and everything, and then let's roll after that, because it's funny, everybody thinks everybody loves homecoming. There's actually one person
really
usually doesn't. So maybe he does. I know I've worked for head coaches in the past that they were not a big fan of homecoming just because of all the distractions it provides. But it is a good time around the school too. So not to say it's a bad thing. It's obviously a good thing.
No, but the level of distractions do go up during homecoming. It makes it a lot tougher on a head coach as they're trying to negotiate all of those distractions and also get a football team ready to play. Panthers are over here on the near side, and they trot out towards midfield on the 50. Looks like they have Weston Snook, and we have Cameron Wortham, and we have Grady Coons, and 53. Eventually I will learn these numbers. Will Hardigan are the captains for the Panthers. They get ready to flip the coin to decide who's going to receive this kickoff.
Number 53, Will Hardigan. Number 75, Cameron Wortham.
One thing to note about the Panthers this year, they have changed their uniforms. They now have white helmets, and they've got a purple top and a yellow or a gold pants. So a little bit different look than we had last year. And maybe that's kind of another visual statement that this is a different team. This is going to be not your team from last year. We're going to strike our own path. And I think some of the guys on the team would be just fine with that.
Well, and I think if I'm Coach Quigley, I'm probably using that to my advantage in the sense of when you graduate a class like that, the next year's team, everybody kind of, they won't be the same team. And it's like, this is the year when you get to prove everybody wrong. I mean, you get to, hey, people are doubting you, like, hey, your back's up against the wall. It's us versus everybody. Like, let's go. That's the easiest motivation tactic in the world. And I'm sure he's used that a little bit. And this group can't focus on things that happened last year. Like, this is a new team. They're their own players. Like, they have their own abilities, their own skills. And I think this is going to be a good group. They have a nice core as far as upperclassmen. They've got some youngins that are in there, too. So I think this will be a group that finds their footing and have just as good of an ability to make a deep run. And we'll see what happens here tonight. See if we can get on that road early.
Yeah, the captains for Butler was number 70, Dylan Treble. And number 23, Xavier Wisdom. He is their running back. And Treble is the offensive and defensive lineman. So they only had 2 captains out there. Did you happen to catch who was kicking off and who was receiving?
I did not. I was trying to watch our sideline to see if they grabbed the tee or not.
I got distracted by
Mr. Snook's down there throwing, so I think we might be getting the ball out of the gate.
He's getting a little warmed up, so maybe Panthers won the toss or they lost it and Butler's deferring.
Took the old Andy Reid strategy, maybe.
Exactly. Well, and it seems like every NFL team does that anymore.
They like trying to steal that extra possession right before half.
Yeah. It does look like.
Nope,
well,
I was wrong.
No,
I think we're kicking.
North Platte is kicking off. Tee is placed down at the 40, and is Dylan Armstrong the one doing the kicking for the Panthers?
I believe so. I trying to remember what I saw at the Jamboree last week, and I just remember they don't kick at the Jamboree, so.
27 is teeing it up. That's Davey
Bears set to receive the kickoff to start tonight's game.
Zavio. Zato. I'm totally butchering that name. I apologize. Someone will have to tell me actually how to say it later. So number 27 will do the kicking. Panthers line up on their 35, be kicking from their 40. Back deep for Butler. There's one kicked, kind of headed towards the far side. Picked up there by a running back. Makes one guy miss, and he's off. There he goes down the far sideline to the 40, to the 30, 20. I think he's going to be all the way in. He is. Touchdown, Butler. Just like that on the kickoff. Panthers not getting over there and keeping he just went along the far sideline, untouched almost. He had one guy to beat, and I think he did, and he was off to the races.
Yeah, he did, and I think that might have been a case of it's first game. It's a lot of, especially your special teamers. Sometimes those are kids that haven't seen any varsity action before. I think they just some deer in headlights looking. Unfortunately, gap opened, and Butler was able to hit it. So there's still a long way to go. So hopefully we can settle in a little bit.
I did not get the number on who returned that kick, but you didn't happen by chance. Butler's going to go for two. They line up with Kellen Long under center. Two in the backfield. There's a snap. Drops back. He tries the right side, and Panthers are there to greet him, and he stopped short. So the two-point conversion goes for naught. So the score here after a couple of minutes is Butler 6, North Platte nothing. They're getting ready to receive the kickoff. I think they're just on that far sideline on the west side just ended up allowing, there's no man over there. They didn't get anybody over there to stop his progress or have the other players rally around him.
Yeah, and sometimes on kickoff, it's just a big deal to keep those gaps and stay gap sound. And sometimes one or two guys kind of get out of their lane a little bit, and they can make a big hole. And I think that's just what happened there. And when it's on the far side like that, obviously the opposite side got to cover a lot of ground to get over there. And the speed that kid was running with, it was going to be hard to catch him.
So Waylon McCracken and Dylan Armstrong are back deep to receive this kickoff. Butler kicking from their 40. They'll be going right to left. Kicking off from the north end to the south end. Number 75 will do the kicking. Chris Castro. And signals ready. Well, ready for play. Here they go. And a still short kick picked up there early or by back on the far side. I think that's what McCracken gets down around the 41, made it up past the 40. And it looks like that's where the Panthers will start. They're going to mark it at the 40. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Looking to answer the kickoff return from Butler to start the game.
I'd anticipate, I think you're going to get a heavy dose of 23 Dylan Armstrong tonight. That's kind of their go-to guy this year, so I think you're going to get a heavy dose of him running the football.
Jamboree, did we have a lot of Dylan Armstrong?
We did. They did mix in some jet sweeps and stuff too, though. They're not too one-dimensional. And Snook can sling it a little bit too, especially he's grown a couple inches this summer. So.
Oh, there you go. So shotgun with Weston Snook in the backfield with Dylan Armstrong. Fakes the give, looks to pass here, and there's an open receiver caught at the 40. Number 5. That is Brendan Matt, who did not go out last year, but went out this year, able to receive the toss from Weston Snook for a first down. They placed the ball really at the 38-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10. Panthers from the Butler 38. They are working left to right.
Panther fans watch a lot of sports. You probably know that name from basketball. He's
Quite
on the basketball
yes.
field, so it's good to see her out on the football field contributing on the gridiron.
So McCracken and Gus and Brendan Matt all in motion. There's a snap back and a toss to Armstrong on the far side. Hit there, but able to get a couple of yards. Got up close to the 35. Picked up about 3 yards. They'll probably bring up. They're going to mark it just past the 35, so give him 4 on that. Ball placed down at the 34-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Nice answer here from the Panthers after giving that opening kickoff up for a touchdown of putting a drive together and at least flipping field position, at the very least just showing, hey, we can move the ball a little bit.
Panthers have Snook in shotgun. Dylan Armstrong to his left. Here's the snap. Give goes to Gus. Go. Gus French got the handoff, misdirection, but he was wrapped up shy of the 40, around the 41, so a loss of 2 on the play. So the ball is at the 36. They need to get to about the 28-yard line, it looks like.
Panthers tried to go some misdirection there, but Butler did a good job on that backside, just staying home and not getting sucked into misdirection, just reading their keys.
So about 3rd and 8 on this. In the backfield is Snook, and there's an encroachment. They got Butler to jump across the line early, so that's going to give them 5 yards and increase their chances now of picking up this 1st down, as it's going to make it. The ball is placed at the 32, I believe. Nope, at 31. Tip of the nose, right on the 31. So they need to get to the 28, so we'll call it 3rd down and 3.
I see some Armstrong on the ground here. You're in 4-down territory right here, so you might get Armstrong knowing full well, hey, we're going to go for it on 4th.
Go twice. There, Armstrong up the middle. He's past the line to gain, and then the ball comes out, but I think his forward motion had been stopped. They were ripping at the ball, but he was being driven backwards, so they're going to say forward progress ceased right at the, looks like they're going to mark him down at the 28. So it might be the way they're marking that. That's going to be right on the line to gain. We'll see. It looks like they're going to have a measurement. Officials timeout. As they're going to, that ball is right almost on the line to gain.
From up here, I think they've got it, but we're not directly in line with it. So if they're short, it's inches.
Yeah. But again, I think your prescription to maybe give it back to Dylan Armstrong again.
Yeah. That was definitely a play call, knowing full well, hey, if we don't get this, we're going for it on 4th. So,
and you're already on the 28 basically yard line. So, we're still in the 1st quarter, 6-0 Butler, and 1st down, North Platte Panthers. When they placed the stick down, most of the football was past it. I think it got the tail end of the football, but that is a 1st down. So. They'll need to get to the 18, so it's marked at the 28. 18 for the 1st down and 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They continue to drive the ball. We're 9:13 in the 1st quarter left to be played. So Snook and Armstrong in the backfield. This time Armstrong's to Snook's right in the shotgun. Snap, Snook drops back, rolls to his right, looking, complete to McCracken. McCracken works the sideline, wiggles his way up close to the 20, but it's going to be out about the 21. So give him about 7 yards on that. Or actually, no, he's right on the 20-yard line. So give him 8. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 20 for the Panthers here. 1st quarter, looking to answer return kickoff that Butler had to start the game. Backfield again. We've got Snook and Armstrong. This time Armstrong, 2 Snooks left in shotgun. And we've got a stoppage of play for, I believe, false start. Yeah, on the Panthers. It's going to back them up 5 yards.
False start against the Panthers.
So that's going to move them back to the 25-yard line. They need the 18 for the first down. So, second down and about 7. Panthers methodically moving the ball down the field. Haven't had too many negative plays. Break the huddle, come up to the line. Armstrong to Snook's left and shotgun. Here's the snap. The toss out to Armstrong on the far side. He's wrapped up and taken down. He got just past the, looks like he got to the 21-yard line, 22.
He's right, yeah, right at 22.
22. So he picked up about 3.
Yep, just third manageable here. Again, 4-down territory. You got the option run, pass here, whatever you want to do.
I'm going to call it 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it's a long 3 if it's 3, so it's probably closer to 4.
Yeah, I would hedge on the side of a little bit longer on the 3rd and 4. So Armstrong lines up in Snook in shotgun. Now motion a little bit on the far side. But they get set, and they give to Armstrong again up the middle. Behind some blockers, he gets up close to the 20. And it looks like they're going to mark him at the 20 where he's short. It'll be 4th down and 2 from the 20-yard line. We'll see what Coach Quigley does here. Looks like he's already made his decision. They're going for it. So Panthers quickly back up to the ball. And this time Snook by himself in the backfield. And it's a fake, and they just bowled right over the line, almost like a tush push. But they got all the way down to the 16, so that's 2 yards more than they needed to pick up the first down. First down, North Platte Panthers. Ball will be at the 16. And it's 1st and 10 from there.
Nice little tush push there. Taking one out of the NFL's playbook.
Sure. 7:05, 7:04. Clock runs here in the first quarter. 6-0. Butler Bears. And Panthers driving the ball at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10. Snook in shotgun. Fakes the give to Armstrong. Rolls to his right. Looking. Pass and wide open touchdown! North Platte Panthers. That's a nice toss to Caleb Wright. He was wide open across the middle. Snook waited on him to come open. Laid the ball right in the breadbasket. Caleb Wright into the end zone for the touchdown. What a play.
And that's where Snook's height comes into play. I mean, sometimes in high school football, you get quarterbacks that aren't the tallest. It's hard for them to see that pass over the middle, but with Weston being almost probably 6'4", 6'5" now, I mean, that was an easy spot for him, and he put it right on the money.
So now the Panthers are going to go for 2, but an odd formation. We'll see what happens here. Snap back to Snook. Toss it. There's a pass, and it's intercepted. Now, this can be returned for 2, I believe. No, they cannot do that. This is not college.
Yeah.
However, or NFL even.
Well, I think the officials forgot for a second there because they kind of let it go for about 10, 15
yeah,
yards. And they realized, oh, they can't return that.
So no return opportunity. The ball was picked off by number 1, Jake Chandler. Looked like they, Snook had passed or tossed it out. And then I do not know who actually threw the ball, but it was short and picked off by Jake Chandler, but that's the end of the play.
Was it, I think it might have been Caleb Wright that threw it. Looked like number 2. I could be
number
wrong.
Number 2 maybe?
I think so. I could be wrong.
So Panthers tie the game 6-6 here in the first quarter. 6:42 left to be played in the first quarter. What do you think so far?
Regardless of how the 2-point turned out, that was a good answer by, again, a young Panther group. I mean, a lot of new faces out here. They could have been a little wide-eyed after giving up the kickoff return, and then they didn't miss a beat and said, we're going to take the ball, we're going to take it right down the field and tie this thing up. So that was a great answer by the Panthers.
It was good to see for sure.
It's going to be two-dimensional, too, not only getting the ball to Armstrong, but Snook slinging the ball around a little bit.
Snook has some very nice passes that he's delivered
I mean,
right on target.
Yeah. He was 3 for 3, 47 yards on that drive, so he had the bulk of the yardage on that drive.
Armstrong doing the kicking this time. This one goes a little bit deeper, taken there by number 23, I believe, on the far side. He's wrapped up a little bit past the 20. It looks like he got around the 22, I believe.
Number 87 on the tackle.
Oh, 87. Hudson Butler. Nice job, Hudson Butler, on that tackle. He came up from behind and grabbed him and wrestled him to the ground and stopped him about the 22-yard line. That's where Butler will take it, 1st and 10, as they head north to south or right to left as the sun continues to get closer to setting. And really, it can't get there fast enough.
Yeah.
It's one of the not so pleasant things about the way this football field is set up. But
these early season games.
I know. Now later in the season, it's not so bad. But so Kellen Long, the quarterback for Butler, is kind of in a mid shotgun. Now we've got maybe a timeout by Butler. Or no, there's a penalty of maybe a false start, backs them up 5 yards. So they'll go from the 22 back to about the 17. That'll make it 1st and 15. Good chance for the defense here. We haven't really seen much of the defense from the Panthers to maybe get a stop and get the ball back. So number 2 is under center. And here's the snap. Give goes to the running back on the far side. He hits one guy and breaks loose. There he goes down the far sideline. Chased there by Dylan Armstrong, and he wrestles him down about the 42-yard line. So a good big pickup, that gain. He was able to get on the outside, get past one defender, and then he was off down the far sideline all the way up to the 42-yard line for a Butler 1st down.
Panthers had a chance to get a stop, just couldn't make the tackle, and once he broke free, it did a good job of angles on the backside. I think it was Dylan Armstrong running the angle, catching up to him. Touchdown saving tackle.
And it looked like Xavier Wisdom, who is their premier running back, and he looked like he had a second burst of speed once he got on the outside. Now we've got official time. Is that the end?
Nope, timeout Butler.
Timeout Butler with 6:01 left here in the first quarter. Score is tied 6-6. Panthers looking to get a stop here as Butler has it at the North Platte 42-yard line, 1st and 10. So we do have, you're going to be up early tomorrow, along with me, as we go down to the Dean Park. We can see in our purview tonight, but the North Platte Lady Panthers have the North Platte Invitational Softball Tournament tomorrow. Start at 8 a.m. They'll take on East Buchanan, Lexington, and Pattonsburg.
Yep.
Winston. Is it Winston?
Yes.
I have to I'm supposed to be announcing that, so I need to be able to say it tomorrow. But yeah, come on out to Dean Park and catch the Lady Panthers as they start their softball season.
Be good to see the softball girls out there too. They got some newer faces too. They graduated a couple, so be good to see them get some early season action.
So Butler's back out there from their North Platte 42, 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Give goes to the back, and he's kind of hitting the backfield, but makes it up, able to gain a yard, right? Gets to the 40. We're going to mark him stopped and down there at the 40-yard line, so give him maybe about one. Maybe it's from the 41. I thought it was the 42, but looks more like the 41. And because of the weather, it being kind of warm, they're going to give him a chance to go get some liquid. That's not a bad idea.
Definitely seeing Butler's bread and butter, seeing a lot of running the football, and that's what they like to do. I think it's going to be important for the North Platte defense. You got to get them what we call behind the sticks.
Yes.
They want to stay on schedule, kind of getting those 3-4 yards every play. I think it's going to be important on early downs for the Panthers to get them 2nd and 9, 3rd and 10, get them in that area where force them to throw the ball because, I mean, obviously they might be able to, but clearly they don't want to throw the ball unless they have to. So it'll be important for the Panthers just to get behind the sticks early in downs.
They're not really showing an indication anyway that they want to do that. Now, Weston Snook, I believe, is either 2 for 3 or 2 for 2. 2 for 3?
3 for 3.
Oh, 3 for 3.
He hadn't missed yet.
Okay, nice job for Weston. I knew 2 of them came to mind that he had completed his passes. So Panthers kind of mixing it up a little more than, although they were more run heavy.
3 different receivers too. Doing his best
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes impression. You had Matt, you had McCracken, and you had Wright all with the catch.
Can't blame Weston Snook for that one. No, that was a very good job on his part. So after this hydration break, Butler back out there, 2nd and 9. Here's a snap back to long. Here's a pass and complete out here on and a missed tackle and down the near side to 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. That was just an opportunity to wrap him up. I think it was Caleb Wright. He just wasn't able to secure him. Then he was able to take off. I think it was Jake Chandler who took off down the near side and scores the touchdown. So give Butler 12. They have 6 more on the board. And it looks like they're going to go for 2.
Props to them there. I mean, I think North Platte was ready for run, and Butler kind of dipped into their bag of tricks and just threw one out there. I don't think the Panthers were quite expecting that.
No, I think it kind of took them by surprise, and certainly the way they reacted. There's a up the middle, and 2-point conversion is good. Just went straight up the middle and didn't find much resistance, so he's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So that makes the score now Butler 14, North Platte 6. We're in the first quarter, 5:48 left to be played. So, just like before, Panthers need to find a way to come back and answer this one. Looks like Waylon McCracken and Dylan Armstrong back deep to receive this kickoff. Now, the Panthers had an opportunity to stop them, and they just, for whatever, just have not been able to. It's like they grabbed them, but they're able to shake loose and continue on their way.
Tackling is the name of the game on defense. You miss tackles never leads to success usually, and I'm sure that's Coach Quigley's message is he's got to tackle. The couple big plays Butler's had, they've had chances to make a tackle, and we just couldn't make it, unfortunately. So hopefully make an adjustment and just be a little more sure-handed and wrap up and get him to the ground somehow.
Well, if you don't tackle, that leads to bad things for sure.
Never good to not tackle.
No. There's the kickoff, kind of a bouncing ball up the middle, and Panthers just fall on it about the 36-yard line. That thing bounced right out of the tee and then took a big hop over the first line of defenders. And it's right at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
Job of not panicking there from the Panthers. That ball was kind of bouncing around. Instead of trying to pick it up and run with it, they just assured the possession, just jumped right on top of it. And then they covered him up, too.
Yeah, and then a couple other guys made sure that no one's going to get in there and rip that out. But really, whenever in high school anyway, when they go to the ground, play should be over.
Yeah, correct.
As long as he's got possession.
Correct.
So this time, 2 are in the backfield. Armstrong and Snook. There's a give to Armstrong, but he's wrapped up. And I believe he got back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like Butler's getting some penetration through the line and able to disrupt that run. Give him a yard, though. He did make it from the 36 to the 37, so 2nd down and 9.
Got to think, from what they saw in film last year, you knew Armstrong got a lot of touches last year, so I think Butler kind of knew coming in that, hey, this is the guy, and this is the guy we're going to kind of focus on. Yeah,
there was a host of Butler players around him, so I believe he is drawing much of their attention. So Armstrong in the backfield with Snook and shotgun. It rolls to his right, looks to pitch. Now he keeps it, goes back to his left. He's got some room and up close to the 45, but I believe he's short of that, maybe about the 44. No, they're going to mark him about the 43.
Run by number 12, Weston Snook.
Correction, 42-yard line, tip of the knows the ball is on the 42, North Platte 42. They need to get to the 46-yard line.
See what the Panthers do here. You're obviously not in 4-down territory because you're on the wrong side of the 50, but
yeah,
at the same time, Panthers do have a pretty solid backfield, so I think they still have the option to run or pass the ball here, even though they're spreading it out here.
3rd and 4 from, and now we've got stoppage of play. Timeout on the field by the Panthers, so they wanted to make sure that they take care of this 3rd and 4. So Coach Quigley calls the timeout, and Panthers come over and huddle up. I mean, I think certainly there are things to work on for the Panthers, and it's kind of one of those things, like you said at the beginning, filling out the team, figuring out who's going to make the plays, and you really just kind of getting into the groove of a complete game that you haven't been playing for a while.
Absolutely. It's first game of the year. Like I said, you're just trying to find your footing, especially offensively. That's where you really got to get your chemistry going. And they didn't draw an easy test tonight. Butler's an established football program. They're always winners of 8 to 10 games every year. They're a very successful program, so they didn't get an easy test out of the gate either. So they're up against it tonight.
They did not. So Panthers are out of the timeout, lining up at the 42-yard line, 3rd down and 4. Need to get up to the 46. Here's a snap back. Snook looking. Here's the pass and tried to hit Grady Coons, but it fell incomplete. I believe Panthers are going to send the punt team out now. He double hitched. And
I think the double hitch, too, he got a read, and I think he kind of decided against it, and it got his feet out from under him, and he just wasn't able to get enough on the throw.
And he didn't have the power whenever you're not solidly planted. There's only a few people that can do that.
That's a tough throw to make when your feet aren't under you.
The only person, first person that comes to mind is Patrick Mahomes, but he seems to defy gravity and some other things that normal humans have to deal with. Now a whistle blows. And it looks like they're going to move Panthers back 5 yards. I don't know if that, I didn't recognize the, whatever that is, where he does the.
I think it looked like delay of game, but I don't know if it was delay of game or.
I didn't see. There's the punt up in the air and taken there. And a fair caught at the 33 or so yard line. That's where Butler will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 33. Panther defense now needs to find a way to get a stop.
I think the key excuse me. I think the key here on this drive is going to be taking away the big play. Butler had a 40-yard pass and a 43-yard rush on their last drive. So got to think the key is take away the big play, make them drive you down the field, and hope they make a mistake eventually.
Well, and the more plays you run, the chances of having a miscue go up. So Panthers defense now looking for a way to get a stop. Quarterback in shotgun. Gives the handoff up the middle, but he's met immediately and driven back, so no gain on the play. Well, they're going to give him a yard up to the 34-yard line, so give him 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
1 yard gain on the play. Puts the ball.
Good job by the 2 interior defensive linemen of getting a little push and just doing their job up front, just create a wall.
Was Will Hardigan the one
so,
who made the stop on that? That was a nice play. Nice play by Will Hardigan. Defense needs more answers like that. In shotgun with the back to his right. Handoff goes to Xavier Worthy again, and he's wrapped up this time. Ball comes out, but I believe his forward momentum was stopped. And he's going to lose. Well, he's going to lose a half yard. They're going to give him, I guess, forward momentum up to the 33.5 yard line. So lost a half a yard. I didn't think he made it that far, but I don't know. I'm not down there on the field. I have to defer to them. Plus, the sun's right in my eyes.
Right.
There's quite a glare.
It's pretty clear Butler's going to hand the ball to Widsom a lot. He seems to be the pretty premier back, but this is where North Platte did a good job. They got Butler behind the sticks and got him in third and long. Butler's able to hit a long pass last drive. Let's see if they can do that here.
Yeah, be mindful of that in this. So now a timeout, I believe, taken on the field by Butler. So this is their second timeout. They've got one more. I believe that is their second, isn't it? So they've got one more for the half. And we've still got 2:28 left in the first quarter. Score is Butler 14, North Platte 6. Butler scored on the opening kickoff, failed the two-point conversion. North Platte returned and drove the ball back down the field to answer. Made it 6-6, also failed on their two-point conversion. And then Butler on their last drive, their last possession, was able to break a run around the near side, all the way down the sideline and in for a touchdown on a short little hitch pass that receiver caught, made one guy miss, and then scooted into the end zone. And then their two-point conversion was successful. So that's the scoring thus far here in the first quarter. Butler up 14-6 on the North Platte Panthers. Panthers defense, though, showing some signs here. If they can come away with something on this play, it'll be very helpful for the Panthers and their chance to get the ball back.
Difference here is third and long. Panthers know it's probably going to get a pass.
There's a long pass down the far sideline. Got a man, but way overthrown and out of bounds. And it looked like, Jake Chandler was the intended receiver, but it's well over his head. He was defended there by Logan Manville. Looked like he had pretty good coverage on him.
Yeah, Manville did a good job of blanketing him there. Well, it didn't give him a ton of room to throw. The quarterback had to throw it out front and just a little too far.
So it is fourth down, and are they going for it, I guess, in a sense? Yep. Now they're a short little snap. They're going to pooch kick it. It hits and rolls out of bounds at the 46 or so, 45 and a half. That's where Panthers will get it. That's pretty good field position. And a good stop by the defense.
Good job there of North Platte. Just took away the big play. Didn't give him a big play. Got two stops on two run plays and forced Butler. And something they didn't want to do was throw the ball deep. And North Platte was ready for it.
Kind of wondered if they weren't going to do a little pooch kick. You don't have the long snap to deal with. Maybe long snapper would throw it over his head.
Well, and a lot of times in high school football, sometimes your quarterback's your punter too. So it kind of gives you that threat of, hey, we might go for this, but.
So Snook is in shotgun with Armstrong to his right. Pass goes to McCracken on the right side, past one guy, and then he's hit before he gets to the 50. Got about to the 49-yard line. Pick up about 3. It was a good run by McCracken on that misdirection.
And number 23, Widsom on the stop.
The old jet touch pass. Easy way to get your pass completion percentage up. And
there you go.
A lot of teams are doing it now between all the ranks.
If he mishandles it, it's just incomplete.
That's high reward, low risk, a lot more than a handoff is.
Yes, I would agree. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Panthers need to get to the Butler 44-yard line for a first down. Snook with Armstrong to his right, drops back, looks. Now he's going to run with the ball up the middle. Oh, and he's hit. And his helmet flies off. Oh, my goodness. And he is down right now. He was hit at they're going to mark the ball at the 47-yard line. And they're going to have a moment here. Looks like he's recovered. He's a little wobbly, but making his way off. And it's good to see him get back up, at least make it over to the sideline, kind of on his own power. He's using a little bit of help.
That's the scary part of football is sometimes those things can happen, and definitely good to see he was moving around early and able to get up and walk off the field, definitely a little dazed. But
yeah, I mean, your
very
helmet
good sign to see him make his way off the field there.
Flying off. And he did pick up. They're going to give him about 4 yards, so at the 47, they need to get to the 44, so it'll be 3rd down and Or it'd be second down, wouldn't it? I don't know. They haven't moved the sticks over there. I don't know what they're doing.
I believe it should be third down. Third and about,
Is it third down?
3? Yeah, it should be third and 3.
Third and 3?
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, third and 3. Here goes the snap. There's a give. Oh, no, the ball is on the ground, and Armstrong falls back on it. But he's all the way down at the 47-yard line, so they lose on that one. They pitched the ball, but it was not handled. So now it's fourth down and about 9.
Well, and that's just unfortunate because obviously they had the quarterback change. Armstrong was back at quarterback, and can't imagine he gets a lot of practice with that mesh point there. And that's, again, we talked about the jet touch pass. That's the reward of it's an incomplete pass if you drop it. And that was a handoff, and just an unfortunate series of events there for the Panthers.
Panthers back to punt, and officials blow the timeout, I believe. Yep, timeout taken by North Platte. Coach Quigley there by the official here on the near side. So Butler with a 14-6 lead on the Panthers here in the home opener. 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And the defense answered the call, and they were able to get the ball back, and the offense kind of, after the Snook had made a 4-yard gain or so until he got flummoxed, and his helmet went flying off, and he's over on the sideline right now kind of getting checked for, just how coherent he is. And I know anymore these days they'll take extra care to make sure he has all his faculties before they would allow him to re-enter the game. So fourth down and 9, 47. Here's the punt. And wobbler, pretty good. Hits at the 20 and rolls down to the 10. And it stops at the 10-yard line. Picked up there by Grady Coons. So that's where Butler will start at their own 10-yard line. We're about through first quarter. 25 seconds remain.
Big punt there by Dylan Armstrong, flipping the field position, pinning an offense deep and making them go 90 yards instead of 60 or 70, so that was good. Hoping the Panthers can answer with another stop right here.
Panthers need to have their defense once again answer the call here and try and look for a way to get a stop. Get the ball back for probably be in the second quarter at that point. Butler Bears start first and 10 from their own 10. They got one wide out, 2 to the left, 1 wide to the right, 1 in the backfield. In shotgun, he's going to keep the ball, tries the right side, pass one guy, and then he's wrapped up there and thrown down about the 20, just past the 20. So he picks up a first down on that quarterback keeper to the right side. Wiggled past one guy and kept on moving.
Well, and we mentioned it before the game. Long's the one that makes him go. We hadn't seen him get to run the ball yet, but he did there, and you can see why. He's pretty shifty there, and just made a couple guys miss and got good yards for Butler.
Fleet of foot, I
yes.
believe they call it. But so that's going to run the clock out at the end of the first quarter. So with the score, Butler 14, North Platte 6. Butler has the ball as we start the second quarter, and we will be back right after this.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one you should check out.
Did your current propane company leave you out in the cold last winter? There's something you can do about that. Give Nash Gas a call. Nash Gas has been locally family-owned and operated since 1945. Let our family take care of your family this winter. Nash Gas offers keep full programs, winter heating contracts, and budget plans, all with superior customer service. Contact Nash Gas at 816-450-3333 or online at nashgasco.com.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the MSHSAA, are the 171,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Missouri. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together.
Welcome back on the North Platte Sports Radio Network. We are back here as Butler takes a snap handoff. Gain of a couple, or no gain. It's like the Panthers defense is starting to stiffen a little bit, which is exactly what the Panthers need right now. It'll bring up second down and 10. Tried that left side. Didn't have much success, so he got almost to the 21. Looks like, yeah, I think they're gonna. They need to get just almost to the 31 for a first down. So, still call it second down and 10. Long in shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. Immediately got people in his face. Gets it out to number 3 here on the near side, up to the side, and there he goes down the sideline and steps out of bounds. Whistle blows, but not before he gets into North Platte territory at the 48-yard line. So a good pickup by Butler, and that's what the North Platte Panthers have had some trouble with tonight, being able to guard and get out on the outside. That was number 3, Lucas Davidson. And there was 2 guys in the face of Long, but he avoided them, or was able to get the pass over their heads to Davidson, and he went up the near side here.
I think that was just the case of the right play called at the right time. Panthers looked like they sent a little pressure off that edge, and there just wasn't anybody there to defend the pass.
So here's Long. Snap goes back, passes out, and complete to number 1, Chandler. Gets past the one man at the 30, and then tackled down about the 26 or so.
Long pass to number 1, Chandler.
Another big gain.
Brought down by number 15, Matt. Excuse me, 15, Logan Manville.
Logan Manville on the stop. The ball rests at the 26-yard line, so another first and 10 for Butler. They are moving the ball down the field.
Butler is showing a lot of speed on the edge. It's kind of giving the Panthers fits of they're playing that man coverage out there and just some fast receivers on the edge.
Well, and they're able to get away from any defenders. There's a quick give up the middle, and the line stiffens. I don't know how much he maybe got a yard. I think he made it up to the 25-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it there at the 25.
Wisdom with the carry.
Gain of about
Initial stop made by number 62, Aspen Lard.
2 or 1.
Panthers doing a good job of stuffing the run. It's that pass that's getting them right now. See if Coach Quigley can just make some adjustments. That's what a lot of the first game's about, is just making those adjustments and making those on the fly to see if you can get some stops.
So there's snap under center. The give goes to the back on tries the right side, and he's met there by a host of Panthers and wrapped up. It makes it to the 24-yard line, but he gets a yard. That was number 2, Kellen Long, the quarterback. And it looked like it was handed off, but then he got it back somehow. Some misdirection maybe on that one.
Yeah, I think that was the old quarterback ISO play. I think a lot of the naval academies or the military academies run that where they fake that give and the quarterback just follows them right through the hole.
So third down and about 7. Long by himself in shotgun. There's a snap. Give goes to number 1, trying the outside again. And there's someone met him there right at the line of scrimmage. There's a flag down. Wait and sort this out. See what the officials come up with.
If I had to guess, it's probably a hold when he kind of took that step into the backfield.
False start.
Nope.
We have a legal procedure, or
that penalty's against Butler.
But it's declined, so the result of the play is no gain. And the ball rests just past the 25, or almost at the 24-yard line. And 4th down and about 8, 7.
Yeah, somewhere.
8 or
They
7.
got the sticks at 3rd down.
Well, I think they're confused.
Oh,
There,
okay, so it's got to be 4th down. Penalty's fine.
Yeah, it should be 4th down.
Big play here from the Panther defense.
Need to find a way to get a stop here. 23 in the backfield with Long in shotgun. Snap goes back, is down on the ground. Now he keeps it, but he's chased out to the right side, tosses it, throws it, but out of the reach of his intended receiver, Jake Chandler. So Panthers hold, and they'll take over on downs at about their own 24-yard line.
Looks like Weston Snook's back in the game, so good to see him. Look like he cleared concussion protocol, and great to see him back on the field here.
No doubt. That is a very positive sign.
Sure, it's a sigh of relief from Miss Stephanie Snook up here.
No doubt. I can only imagine.
My wife is sitting by his mom, and she sent me a text message and said, Mom's heart dropped a little bit on that hit, so
yeah,
good to see probably her take a breath of relief of, hey, he's okay, he's back out here, and let's get ready to roll again.
They've kind of had a rough go of it, those that know the Snooks here in the Dearborn area, and certainly your heart goes out to them. But Snook's back in there, and a fine sight to see. So the give goes to Armstrong up the middle, and he gets ahead for about 2.
Number 23, Armstrong.
He's up to the 26-yard line.
Brought down by number 6, Mallet.
One thing I will notice, the holes are not quite as open or as clean as they were last year, and that might be a growing thing that the linemen need to learn how to get the block and then hold it.
I want to say, I think North Platte, I think we graduated 4 out of 5 starting linemen, so you just got some new linemen up there that are kind of learning the way Friday night works a little bit, and I have no doubt they'll find their footing and start to open up some holes and see if we can't get Mr. Armstrong some yards.
There's a snap back to Snook, tosses it on the far side, and it's complete, close to the first down marker, but a little short. And that was Brendan Matt out there on the far side, snags it, brings it in. Bring about 3rd down and 1. The ball is at the 33-yard line. They need to get to the 34 for a first down. Snook under center. And keeps it, still going, driving his feet, and looks like he's finally stopped. He's up to the 37-yard line. So first down, nice drive there by Weston Snook, sticking his head down and plowing ahead. So I think he's good to go.
Yeah. It's good to see the Panthers go with a little quick tempo there, kind of catching Butler sleeping on getting up on the ball pretty quick. And
yeah, that was a quick hitter, and they did not have a long cadence before they snapped the ball. So 1st and 10 from the 37. Panthers looking to get something in the end zone. Butler up right now, 14-6. There the give goes to Armstrong up the middle, and he's met right at almost at the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to give him about a yard.
And off to Armstrong up the middle. Initial stop made by number 75, Castro.
They're going to mark it at the 38-yard line.
I think in the run game, the Panthers just got to try to do a better job of just getting to the second level on those backers. They're kind of running free and meeting Dylan Armstrong right at the line of scrimmage, and just hadn't found a lot of room tonight.
There's not a lot of room to operate, for sure. So Snook is in shotgun. This time Armstrong a little bit behind him. And the fake give to him. Snook rolls out to his right, looking downfield. Cocks his arm, goes deep, has a man, wide open, caught, and into the 5, or to the 5, to the end zone, touchdown. Number 2, Caleb Wright. Touchdown, North Platte Panthers.
Pass completed to number 2, Wright. However, there is a flag.
That was a nice, and there is a flag, however, back at the 40-yard line. So we're going to wait and see. This may not go well. Looks like, as they're all retreating. It was a nice play by Snook as he waited, had plenty of time.
Yeah, great ball by Weston.
So it looks like a
legal man downfield.
Legal man downfield. Gosh darn it.
Moves the ball back to the
tough one.
4-yard line, remains 2nd down.
They have shown the ability, though, they can hit the deep ball a little bit. So
yep, and he was wide open.
Yeah, and that can open up a little bit in the run game. Butler starts to back off a little bit, afraid to get beat over the top. So
you're going to have to put somebody back there. 2nd down and about 15 now for the Panthers as the touchdown is wiped off the board. Snook in the backfield in shotgun, rolling to his right, looking again downfield. Has it, keeps it, and then I believe it's caught, or was it incomplete?
Yeah, I think they called it incomplete.
For number 1, Coons falls incomplete.
Grady Coons was the intended receiver and did not come up with it. And they had a lineman, I believe, number 70, right there on him. So timeout, this is official timeout. Looks like the Panthers have about a 3rd down and 7 from the 37. And that's just a shame that they had the play and you just have to wipe it away.
I will say a good sign, though, here. I see Weston Snook talking to the officials there. That is being a senior leader of going to figure out, okay, what happened, what do we need to fix, and then reporting back to your lineman of, hey, here's what happened, and that's showing some leadership right there. So that's good to see out of number 12.
Oh, definitely. And it's going to take, I think, a lot more of them helping each other out and being there for them to figure out how do we get better, what do we need to do.
Yeah, and that can be tough, too. I mean, you come off a state runner-up team that you graduate a lot and get some new faces out there. It's really easy to get kind of frustrated, but you got to remember that you just got to take a breath and realize, hey, there's a lot of new faces out here. This is not a lot of experience, that they're going to get better. They just need time, and you just got to be that calming voice in them. Hey, they mess up. Hey, it's okay. We're going to bounce back. And knowing Weston being the senior quarterback, he's very good at that, of being a common voice. So I have no doubt he's going to be a really good voice in the ear of those young linemen.
And the other thing, as well, sometimes it just takes time. I mean, this is
reps.
And there have been some nice signs that the Panthers have put on here tonight. So there's a snap to Snook, drops straight back, goes to his right, but then ball's incomplete. I think intended for Grady Coons out there.
Trying to get the old tunnel screen.
So 4th down and about 15 or 14 from the 33-yard line. They're going to punt the ball. Butler has a man back. There's a wobbly kick on the far side. Kicks and goes out of bounds, probably around the 45 or 43, 42. The official is going to put it down really at the 41. I think he's going to put it at the 41. So Butler will start there. I believe this is their first drive of the 2nd quarter. Or did they have one earlier?
Did they have the ball at the quarter change? They might have
Maybe
had
they
one
did.
right at the start.
Yeah.
It's their first new drive of the quarter. I think they had that carryover.
Yeah, the one that they started in the 1st quarter. 5:49 left on the clock until halftime. We will have the North Platte Marching Pride Band we will carry their performance tonight. That'll be at halftime. Ball rests at the 41-yard line. That's where Butler has it, 1st and 10. They're up on the Panthers, 14-6.
Defense doing a good job of just keeping North Platte in it. Offense still just trying to find that chemistry, trying to find that groove. So defense just got to keep standing tall and give them a shot to take a lead in the 2nd half.
Long was in shotgun. The play is blown dead, though. And does that delay a game? I believe it's delay a game. That's going to back them up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 as the ball is moved back to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, or 1st and 15.
Butler struggled with that a couple times. I believe the change of possession, you only get 25 on the play clock as opposed to 40 normally, and sometimes that 15 seconds is sometimes a lot.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
So 1st and 15 from the 36, in shotgun is Long. And the ball, now we've blown that play dead, and maybe a false start. They're going to back up another 5 yards. The ball wasn't handled well by Long. Yeah, false start or legal motion. So they're going to back them up 5 more yards. They'll make it 1st and 20. So this is what the defense really needs to capitalize on and get a stop out of this, out of 2 miscues by Butler. They're kind of helping them out.
Behind the sticks.
Yes.
Talked about it.
Yep. Now they're 10 yards behind the sticks from their own 31.
Got to think Butler's going to try to use that speed on the edge at some point in this series.
Yeah, the guys out there need to be diligently mindful of that. Here's the snap, and it's up the middle. Wisdom up to the 38, 39 yard line. They're going to mark it, I think, at the 38 and a half. No, 39. They're going to mark it at the 39. So he gained about 8 back. Bring up second down and 12.
Well, quick hitter right up the middle. That, can't imagine that was easy to see. I mean, it's hard for us to see how fast that handoff happened.
Yeah, and I think he got by a lot of guys that didn't even realize he was carrying the ball. Long in shotgun, snap, drops back, throws on the far side, and just out of the reach. The right wide receiver was open out there, intended for Jake Chandler, but just out of his outstretched arms, it fell incomplete. Just a little bit less off of that one, and he's got another 6.
A couple of things. We figured they were going to try to use their speed eventually, and they did. That was a gutsy call, though, because on second and long, now you're in third and long. I mean, that was a risky play there because if you run the ball, you're kind of in third and manageable probably, but with that going over the top, now you're in third and long, so now you've kind of shown your hand, so hopefully the Panthers can take advantage of that right here.
Well, I think you've got to be thinking pass first.
Absolutely.
But be diligent, mindful of the run. Long in the backfield. One guy back there with him. Rolls to his left, and he's immediately hooked up and sacked. Back at the 31-yard line. Nice job by the defense. I don't know who got in there first. Grabbed him and kind of was twirling him around. And they blew at the play dead as his forward momentum had been stopped. The ball's back to the 41 now, so 4th down and 20. And I believe they're going to punt.
Yeah,
I believe.
That's what we talked about. You get them in third and long, and it's obvious pass, and those defensive linemen and that blitzing backers can just pin their ears back and go, and that's why that second down call was kind of risky by Butler. But
kind of wish I would have got a chance to see who that was that got in the backfield and did not.
I want to say, was it Armstrong or Large? I know it was one of the edge guys out here.
Looks like they're going to have a hydration timeout, certainly in this weather. All the pads and equipment on, that is a necessary thing to have.
At least it's cooler than it was this week. I mean, if it was this week, it'd be pretty brutal.
Oh, it was brutally hot. I have a husky, and I go, you want to go kennel up? And she would meet me at the back door.
Oh, yeah.
She was ready. She knew exactly. Yeah, I want to go to the basement where it's cool.
Yeah, we got 3 dogs ourselves, and they got a doggy door. They can go outside when they want. They did not spend a lot of time outside this week.
I was going to say.
Especially our beagle. She's the older one. She goes outside when she has to, and this week it was not very much she spent out there.
Saying, no, I do not want to go outside. It was quite humid and more like August weather. Now, we have kind of been lucky a couple weeks before that with all of the cooler weather. But, yeah, this is a lot nicer, and I think this next week is going to be even a little bit higher, highs somewhere in the 80s, maybe 70s.
For what it was, it should feel like fall, honestly.
Yeah. So, of course, Butler lining up here. It's 4th down, but I think they're going to do a pooch kick. They don't really have a punter. Yep, there it is, pooch kick. Pretty good boot. And taken there, fair catch by Weston Snook. And they're going to mark it at the 45 or 35-yard line. Where the Panthers will operate as they work right to left with 4:19 left in the second quarter until halftime.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Brockhoff does here. 4 minutes before half, this is where you try to steal that extra possession of getting it right here and then right at the start of the second half. So they're obviously going to try to score, but it's going to be interesting to see how fast they try to do it because obviously you don't want to give Butler a chance to score right before the half either. No,
yeah, you don't want to immediately get out of the field and give because there's plenty of time left for them to put something together. So in the backfield is Armstrong and Snook and shotgun. Snook drops back, looks to his right, now rolls to his right, fires the ball and incomplete. Got a hand on it, but then wasn't able to haul it in out there. McCracken was the intended receiver and was unable to hang on to it. So second down and 10 from the North Platte 35. Panthers looking, that will stop the clock.
Another Another big difference from last year this year, you had Colton Kirkmeister, who obviously when he didn't get that read he wanted, he usually just took it off and ran. Snook's a little bit different. He's more of a pocket passer type of quarterback, so when he doesn't get that first read, he does a good job of stretching the play out and kind of letting the play develop. He found an open man and just wasn't able to make the completion.
So Snook in shotgun, drops back, rolls a little bit to his right. There's a toss out to the far side, but incomplete. Looked like it was intended for McCracken again, but that one falls incomplete. It looked like it was a little bit low, a little bit further to the sideline than McCracken, where McCracken was. It's a little bit off target. So now 3rd down and 10, and kind of like we talked about, if you don't pick up the first down, you're going to be in danger of giving the ball back to Butler with probably just under 4 minutes left. Here in the second quarter, it's 14-6 Butler. Panthers looking to convert on this 3rd down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Snook in shotgun, takes the snap, rolls back, little pooch pass, and I think, is it picked off? Because I think on the deflection it was. Unfortuitous event on that one. That one pick off by Butler, and the ball's at the 38-yard line of North Platte. Most unfortunate.
Yeah, it was the right idea on the play call. You're running a screen on 3rd and long. It's just unfortunate that it was tipped right there at the line and just dropped where you didn't want it to drop if you were the Panthers. So
now the Panther defense is going to be called on here to hopefully keep Butler out of the end zone or picking up any more points. And I think they'd want to probably try and use the clock if they can. There's a snap back, quarterback keeper right up the middle, and past one guy, but then wrapped up after probably about a 3-yard gain, pretty close to the 35-yard line. So give him about 3-yard gain on that one. Bring up 2nd down and 7 from the 35-yard line. Panther defense being called on once again.
Big series here for the defense. There's a big difference between being down 1 score at halftime and 2 scores. So.
So nobody else in the backfield but Long. Now a timeout is taken, I believe, by Butler. That is their final timeout of the half. And so they're going to go talk about it. It's 2nd down and 7 from the North Platte 35. And 3:22 on the clock. So North Platte can stop it. I believe they've got 2 timeouts.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think.
I only remember the one they used.
Well, actually, I think it says 1. Oh, they did take 2.
Yeah, they took 1 on the punt, and then
there was 1 before that.
Yeah, yep.
So North Platte has 1 timeout left, so not a lot of opportunity to stop the clock. Butler using their last timeout, so clock's going to run for the most part. And I think right now the defense, with its 2nd and 7 coming up, needs to find a way to get a stop here and hopefully get the ball back without Butler able to get it into the end zone or kick a field goal. And I'm not even quite sure they are able to do so. Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, they've went for 2 on both times on the touchdown, so I can't imagine
they really
had a kicker. You'd think they'd kick an extra point. I mean, I could be wrong, but.
Well, and then you also open yourself up to a missed snap or.
Oh, yeah. A lot of variables at play there.
Yeah, a lot of things can go wrong, more so than the 3 points probably. There's a quarterback keeper trying here on the near side, goes out to his left, tries to cut back 1 juke move, and then is ridden out of bounds, and now a flag. And it might be holding here. One of the Panthers jumped up. It's up about the 39, 38-yard line. It was like 2 yellow flags are out there. Yep, holding on the Panther. Jumped up. That was number 2, Caleb Wright. He jumped up saying, yeah, I was held. And sure enough, officials agreed. So they moved the ball back 10 yards. To the 39-yard line.
Moves the ball back to the 39-yard line.
And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 11.
Butler with 5 penalties on the night. It's kind of been shooting them in the foot a little bit.
They have been, has made their drives a lot harder, for sure. So now, long in shotgun with 23, the running back, rolls to his right a little bit, hit shot and complete to the wide receiver, Jake Chandler, and he's all the way inside the 10 down to the 2-yard line on just a quick hitter. It was a slant, and Long hit him right in stride. Nice looking play for Butler, not one for North Platte, but the Butler Bears now have it 1st and goal from the 2-yard line of North Platte, and North Platte has their backs against the wall now.
We talked about that speed on the outside for Butler, and Jake Chandler's been a problem tonight for the Panthers. They've got to think the halftime adjustments, they're going to focus on him of trying to find a way to just slow him down. Yeah,
they've not had an answer thus far. Long under center. Quick handoff, kind of quite a whole pile of bodies. So really hard to see kind of where it ended up or who had the ball. But I believe they're going to mark it just short of the goal line, maybe inside the 1.
I think he did hand that off. I think that was Woodson.
It looked like it. It looked like they handed it off. The ball rests like it's more than half a yard shot. It's probably about 5 inches away from the goal line where they placed it down.
Yeah, there's not much room.
Long under center. There's a snap just right up the gut. He's in the end zone that time, followed his center. No resistance, and he's able to punch it in for the touchdown. So Butler goes up 6 more, so that makes it 20-6 Butler.
Unfortunately, I think the Panthers are just in a pick your poison right now. Butler obviously shows they want to run the ball, and they're doing that. And unfortunately, that creates some mismatches on the outside. You got to kind of play some man coverage because you want to load the box, but they're using that to their advantage because Jake Chandler one-on-one coverage, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he's quick enough. I think, and that's the thing that he's got some speed out there, and that he's certainly using it to his advantage. So here's a 2-point conversion. Long keeps it and hit once, hit twice, and I believe he is short. Yeah, no good. He is stopped short of the goal line, so that'll leave the score at Butler 20 and North Platte 6, and North Platte will get the ball back with minute 56 left here in the first half. Quite honestly, they really need to just go down and find a way to score a touchdown.
Yeah, got to think they're going to go to the air a little bit here. They really haven't shown the ability to run the ball very well tonight so far. So you got to think they're going to let Snooks sling it a little bit, try to get the ball on the outside. Brendan Matt and Caleb Wright, who have shown the ability to catch the ball tonight and make some big plays. So hopefully they can do that right here in the last minute 50 or so and get this back to a 1-score game and have a chance to tie it up right out of the locker room.
Well, one of the things on that last drive anyway, there's a couple of passes that just were errant and just didn't really have much of a chance. So far, since that long pass that was complete, however, legal man downfield called it back, they've not been able or had much luck getting anything produced on offense.
Yeah, and we'll see if the Panthers go back to that at some point. That deep pass is clearly there. We'll see if they wait until the second half to go back to that. If they try it here, they've shown the ability to throw it over the top, so they might try that here on this drive.
Kraken and Armstrong back deep. Kicker up to the ball, and a little spike ball that bounces once and then falling on there just around the 39-yard line. So the Panthers will take it there, 1st and 10.
88 there on
the recovery.
They recovered that.
Panthers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 39.
That's right. So we've got 1 minute 55 seconds until halftime. Coming up at halftime, you'll get to hear the North Platte Marching Pride Band as they perform. We will carry that. So Snook in shotgun with Armstrong back there with him. And The give is to Armstrong, and this is probably his most productive run of the night. He makes it all the way up past the 45-yard line to the 46. Gain about 7. Now, and somebody else is.
Butler player down.
Someone down, yeah, right there just past where Armstrong ran, number 25. Is it 25?
Yeah,
Or 75?
I think it's
75.
Yeah.
He's the kicker.
Might be cramping up.
Yeah. I mean, it is still warm out there, even though it does feel better than it did earlier. That's Chris Castro, who is doing the kicking for Butler.
It looks like they're stretching out his leg a little bit, so.
Looks like a cramp then, I'd say. Although I'm no doctor.
Yeah.
But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. I don't know if you remember those commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Date myself by saying that, but anybody of that era would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, I've hit the 30-year-old threshold, so I do remember that. I'm old enough to remember that. It's all downhill from here, I've heard.
Well, yeah. It goes faster, too. you pick up momentum.
Right. Like a ball rolling down the hill.
Yeah, and maybe not sometimes always in a good way.
Right.
But, nonetheless. But, no, the Panthers really, if they can find a way here to get in the end zone, would be a huge thing to take into the locker room at halftime.
I think that was a good call on first down. Butler's probably expecting the pass, and you give a quick little hitter to Armstrong there. Just get some yards and get you momentum going.
Yep. Now Snook looking to pass. Pump fake. Goes give and go and just overshoots Brendan Matt on this. He's racing down the far sideline. Just a little bit too far out in front of him. Probably need to put a little bit more air under that. Give it a chance for Matt to run underneath it. But not a bad try there with third. It was about 3rd and 4. So what do you call here? And oh, we've got another Butler player.
Butler player
on the field. Number 68.
Again, they're
or 88.
Stretching out that leg. I think they're just dealing with some cramping issues right now.
Yeah, I think they're cramping up, and they've had several water breaks thus far. But
you get these early season games, and you're in this heat. I mean, obviously they've been working out all summer and practicing in the heat, but at the same time, being in game shape's different. We'll see if over the course of 4 quarters, I mean, you get these smaller class football teams that don't have a ton of depth as the bigger schools do. So we'll see if that doesn't have a damper on the Bears' momentum in the second half.
Yeah, I think that is we're being harassed since this kind of a timeout here by the public address announcer for the North Platte Panther football team. Brad Johnson is over here harassing us.
We got that taste of being down at Mizzou last year and having all those stats right in front of us. It was kind of good to have, so I figured I'd throw a little.
I know,
it's not what Mizzou had by any means, but it's your basic, hey, at least get an idea of some yardage and stuff like that.
And they had to have had a couple of people probably
had to have.
doing that, and then someone else putting the information in. But it was real-time live stats after each play. It would update on a screen, and that was.
It was a broadcaster's dream.
Yeah,
we're going to see what I can add to this sheet. It's kind of a trial run here. It's going good so far, so we'll see if we can't add a couple more things of moving forward and see if we can't dig into, do a little research on how people do this.
I can't read that. I'm going to need my binoculars just to be able to read the thing.
That's why you're the player personnel guy and I'm the stat guy.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So 3rd down and about 4. Snook is in shotgun. Here's the snap back. Give goes to Armstrong, trying here on the near side. Cuts up on a hole and knocks into one player, but he's ahead for a first down. Gets to the 48-yard line. Good run there by Dylan Armstrong, weaving and making his way through defenders. Able to pick up the first down. Clock will run. Panthers do have a timeout. 128, 127. Snap, Snook. Ooh, quick pass, but over the outreached hands. Quite. I want to say Jax Carpenter because it's number 2, but that is not who that is. That's Caleb Wright. He's been the intended receiver a couple of times tonight. But I think that one was thrown awry. I don't think he had a shot at that one.
it was either miscommunication or the ball just slipped out of Weston's hands because it looked like Weston was throwing a hitch and Caleb was running a now route.
Yeah.
Had to be either miscommunication or the ball just slipped coming out.
Caleb here on the near side just kind of shut it down like he expected it to be a quick hitter that way. But, oh, no. Now the ball comes loose, and it looks like maybe Butler fell on it at the 48-yard line, 49-yard line, and it is. Snap went to Snook. He didn't handle it, kind of fumbled it forward, dribbled out past the line of scrimmage, and then quickly the Butler player saw it, fell on it. Now they're going to take over with a minute 20 left on the clock. Now that's the second series of most unfortunate accidents or incidents. There's 2 of them so far in the first half here that the Panthers have had that have not absolutely at all gone in their favor.
A little bad luck. Yeah, the tip screen pass and that one, they tried to go quick and catch Butler sleeping and just couldn't get a handle on the snap and see if the defense can stand tall and get a stop right here.
Defense needs to do so. They're already down 2 scores. There's Long in the backfield, but he's trying to throw it deep, but falls short. There was a defender back there, grabbed him and kind of twisted him. So maybe took a little bit off of that pass, but there was 2 receivers in the area. He kind of threw it in between them. Ball landed around the 20. So he heaved it down the field, but
honestly, the arm strength how long there was, that was pretty solid. He had a guy pulling on his backside, and he's still able to throw it 30 yards downfield. Unfortunately, Gus French there on the coverage was all over that, just couldn't quite get to it.
So Long will try again. They're on the near hash. 3 wide out left and 1 to the right. There's a pass and dropped. Intended for number 3. That was Lucas Davidson. And
very near to a fumble.
I was going to say
that could have been by about a yard.
It looked to me from the angle because Long seemed to be a little bit further, a yard or 2 behind. Now, you don't just walk away from it.
Well, I think the team of Purples do a series of good events.
Yes,
how this first half has went.
Yeah, the law of averages says they need to get something to go in their favor. So 3rd down and 10 from the 49. Butler has not moved the ball since they recovered the fumble. 2 wide left, 1 here on the near side, wide right, and delay of game will back them up to the 44-yard line where they'll have it 3rd and 15. So that 25-second clock has been a bugaboo to Butler tonight. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time they've gotten a delay of game.
I could see Butler trying just a little handoff here to get North Platte to use their last time out. Because, the odds of getting this are not great. We'll see if they go to the air, but I can see them running the football here. Trying to get the Panthers to burn that last time out.
So 2 in the slot, 2 out wide left and right. There's a give to Long. He's just going to run it on the far side, still on his feet. Gets past the 50, down about the 47. Looks like North Platte will take the timeout. So you were correct. They wanted to make them burn it. They did.
I got to think the line of thinking there was, say, 3rd and 15. Our odds of getting this are not great unless we get the ball to the outside. But at that point, we run the risk of throwing incompletion, letting the Panthers keep that timeout in their back pocket. So at least there you're making them burn the timeout. Now the Panthers are going to have to go 70, 80 yards, whatever they have to go, in a minute with no timeouts as opposed to they have that 1.
It is 4th and 5 from the 46-yard line. So do you think they would run? The ball's going to stop if they don't pick up the first down, the clock would.
They could go for this here. 4th and 6, you're on the plus side of the 50. So, it's not too risky because we've obviously still got to go 54 yards to score. Or they might just sit on the safe lead and punt it away and say, hey, we've got the 2-score lead. Let's not let anything crazy happen here before the half.
Yeah, because we've already seen what unfortunate incidents can occur being the first game of the year. I don't know. I guess it depends on the head coach and kind of what he's thinking his team is capable of. Be an interesting call to see what he does. Now, they don't really have a traditional punting formation.
No, it might be, they might, in that quick kick formation, they might see how close the Panthers are. It looks like they're pretty tight coverage, so they might choose to punt this one away.
So, ball goes back. Nope. They're going to throw it. They put one up to the far side, and it's incomplete. Nobody around the ball. The ball lands out of bounds around the 20. So Panthers, that was a quick 2-second run off of the clock on 4th down. A punt would have probably eaten up a lot more of the clock. But it'll be 1st and 10 as the Panthers take over at the 49-yard line of Butler. On the Butler side, they're just past, or I'm sorry, excuse me. They're at the 46, their own 46, and that's where they start this drive, 1st and 10, with right around, 50 seconds. I'm going to say we're below 1 minute mark. So the Panthers need to find something here pretty quick. Under center is Snook. Takes a snap. Throw back here to Brendan Matt. He's looking deep. He's got a man. There's a throw, and flag, interference. Intended for McCracken, but the defender out there got in his way and kept his ability to catch the ball. 2 flags came out right around the 21-yard line. That's going to be pretty good. Now, is this a spot foul, or do they just do the 15?
It should just be 15 in high school.
They're all walking down there like it's a spot foul. I don't know. I lose track.
Unless they've changed that, it should just be 15 in high school. Yeah, he's walking it back of.
Pass interference against.
Yeah, it's just 15. I knew something was weird there because Snook was under center with the trips bunch over there, and the 2 guys on the line of scrimmage on the same side over here.
Puts the ball at the Bears' 39-yard line.
The old double pass.
So Snook back up there, but this time in shotgun. Whistle blows for ready to play. Armstrong behind him. Snap goes to Snook. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his left. Looking deep. Throws it deep and tip ball. Oh, it's caught by Brendan Matt. Makes a move and it's down inside the 10. What a play. They need to get up on the ball as the clock will continue to run. It's 30 seconds. Well, I guess there's a stop for the chain gang.
Stop for the change, yeah.
So it's at 30 seconds right now. Panthers quickly on the ball. Looking to drive here with 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here's the snap to Snook and throws the ball down to kill the clock. And it's 25 seconds, so I guess they wound it and then snapped the ball and ran 5 seconds off, so 25 seconds left.
There's one of those series of good events for the Panthers. We were due one of those.
Yeah, they've been on the negative end of receiving good fortunes, but that was certainly one of them where it was tipped and went right to Brendan Matt. He hauls it in.
Being on the sneer hash, I got to think that run pass option.
Roll it or
yeah,
maybe
they might
just
roll
run
it
it
out there.
The thing you got to worry about, though, is that the clock.
Yeah, it's going to run.
If you're down inside. Rolling to his right, looks, and incomplete, which is probably fortuitous.
Probably
18 seconds on the clock. I think that one you just throw away.
It's a good decision
by
Snook. Didn't force something and turn it over. Let yourself see the next down.
So the ball's at the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Well, 3rd and goal because of the 1st down, he killed the clock. So 3rd down. And I think this one, if you don't have it there, you don't have time to get up on the ball and snap it. And it'd be 4th down anyway. So you either throw it away or you score a touchdown here from the 9-yard line. 3rd and goal. Snook takes the snap, looks to his right. There's a pass, and it's intercepted. Right, and I don't know that anybody's going to catch this feller as he's on the far side. There he goes, 40, 30, and he's just pulling away. And the touchdown for the Butler Bears. You can kind of see that one. He read it all the way. They were trying to get a pass, I think, to Brendan Matt out there. Cut it early, cut in front of it. Picked it off and took it the distance.
I was just about to say they might try that slot receiver because that guy was way off, but I see why he was way off because he closed on that very quickly.
He knew that he could cover it. And again, just not a good outcome for the Panthers, unfortunately. So now they go down another 6 points and makes the score 26-6. They're going to set up for 2. 1 second remains on the clock. So I don't believe on the 2-point try the clock will run. So it's an untimed try, if I'm understanding that correctly.
Yep, correct.
So there'll be 1 second on the clock, but Long under center. Rolls to his right and dives, but off one defender and into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. So now 28-6 in favor of Butler. 1 second remains on the clock to tick off to end this first half. And all in all, the Panthers have had some bright spots. However, there's been some negative things that have occurred that have really put them in the hole that they're in right now. It's in large part just from the turnovers.
Yeah, the turnover bug. That's been the key to this second half. The turnovers. I believe they have 2 interceptions and a fumble. So I mean that was a big one because you're knocking on the door to score and it goes 91 yards the other way. I mean that's a dagger.
That's
a gut wrencher.
But it's hard to overcome whenever
It is.
it's that. I mean, it'd be difficult even for last year's team if they had miscues like that to come out on the winning whenever you're giving the other team some of those advantages. But it's certainly going to be a learning experience for the guys out there tonight, and they need to. Coach Quigley, I'm sure, will go to work and figure out a way to get them into the best team that they can be.
Yep. I mean, tonight it's a learning experience. It's game one. You're trying to work out some kinks and find your footing. And luckily, there's a lot of season left. And I mean, you still got a whole second half to play too. So, it doesn't take much to get momentum in high school football. Momentum is everything. See if they can get some in the second half and get rolling.
Well, and
especially getting the ball right out of half.
Yeah, and that first, there's a squib kick and down there at the 44-yard line. And I believe that's going to end the second half, or first half, with the score. Butler 28 and North Platte 6. So we are at halftime, and North Platte Marching Pride Band is going to be taking the field and perform here in just a second. Clay, what is your thoughts here as we head into halftime? Any takeaways at this point? I've got a few, but
yeah, I mean the turnovers obviously a big thing. They've been driving a couple times and just turnovers kind of killed the drive. We had that first drive where we kind of marched down the field and were able to score, and since then just haven't been able to find a lot of success outside of the deep pass that we caught there. I mean, we just got to find a way in the second half just to move the football. Got to find the running game. That hasn't really been there tonight.
No.
Defense been on the field a lot first half, so it's got to find a way to move the football, and it's just a new group up front that's got to find their way and just find a way to take care of the ball. And I have no doubt Coach Quigley talked to him at halftime and kind of talked about those things. And I mean, I fully expect the Panthers to come out with some life here in the second half, like score out of the gate, and it's a 2-score game possibly. So definitely a lot of time still, and it's about the long run too. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So definitely a lot of things to learn from, and they're not expected to be playing their best football right now. It's in October, November when they're supposed to. So definitely, if they were playing their best football right now, it might be worrisome. So it's good. We'll see if they can build off it, and kind of correct things they didn't do well, and do things. Obviously, build off things they did well, because they did show some signs of life, like you said. They did some good things. Just a couple of big mistakes that happened, and that they'll just have to fix in the second half.
Well, and the biggest thing is, I think, if you take away of all the series of unfortunate incidents, I still think Butler's ahead. However, it's a closer game, and if the Panthers are able to drive the ball down, now that drive was, it was sustained. Like it took a while, but they were able to punch it in. So if you're able to replicate that as opposed to having a turnover, maybe you're still down a score or maybe 2 scores, but certainly not. It's kind of demoralizing to have it the way the things happened, the way they did. But I know Coach Quigley is going to be chomping at the bit to get them whipped into shape.
Right.
So, all right, we're going to let the North Platte Pride Marching Band perform here at halftime. Enjoy the performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Panther Pride Marching Band. Under the leadership of that Fadrizi guy. Ladies, your music is on. Ladies and gentlemen, your 24 North Platte cheerleaders.
So that will take care of the halftime festivities. And we're going to take a break. 10 minutes plus 3 more minutes added, so about 13 minutes before we begin the third quarter on North Platte Sports Radio. We appreciate you tuning in. We're going to take our break and be back after this.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the MSH SAA and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey parents, do kids think you're out of touch because of the way you dress?
Yes.
Well, say hello to instant style with Fashion On. Just spray Fashion On whatever you're wearing and look cool in an instant. Turn orthopedic shoes into vintage high tops, pleated khakis into skinny jeans. Even clip-on ties become fly gold chains. Just spray, let it dry, and presto.
What about my fanny pack?
You mean your hip MP3 player?
Wow.
But what about my bifocals?
You mean your hot pink shutter shades?
Hey, I can't see.
But your kids can see you, and trust me, they see fashion.
Thanks, Fashion On.
Fashion On is not available in stores because it doesn't exist. But that's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one.
Welcome back to North Platte Sports Radio, where we are in Dearborn, Missouri, North Platte High School for tonight's Friday night football game. And the Panthers are down 28-6 against Butler as we get ready to get the third quarter started. Panthers should be receiving the kickoff. And Clay, what are some of the things being down 22 points? What do you focus? What, just execution? Just doing?
Yeah. I mean, execution. It's got to be just find a way to sustain drives. And obviously, it's hard to score. I mean, there are ways to score. Obviously, you don't have the ball, but it's a lot easier to score when you have the ball. So just being able to sustain drives, moving the sticks, finding a way to get momentum. That's the biggest thing is, if they're able to come out and score here this first drive of the second half, obviously the momentum starts to shift, and that's when you got some time and you can do some stuff. You hate to put all your chips into one basket, but this first drive is going to be pivotal.
Huge.
Because
Yeah.
the Panther defense been on the field a lot in the first half. So, we did hear at halftime that the Chandler kid from Butler, unfortunately, obviously hate to hear this, he did break his wrist, so I would assume he's done for the night. Obviously, that's going to change things.
Yeah.
But Butler still got that 22-point lead, and when you can run the football, obviously
You
they
can
just
run
kind of
the
sit on the
clock.
clock. And, so, if you're going to play, you just got to find a way to keep the ball. You got to find a way to sustain drives, get a touchdown here early in the second half, and then find a way to get a quick stop and maybe a quick score again. And now you're talking about a one-score game right off the bat. And so, it's definitely not out of reach. 22's better than 40. So, 20, it's been done before. 22's, it's a steep hill to climb, but it's not unclimbable. So, we'll see. Just hopefully they get some momentum. And young faces now got a half under them. Hey, they've been here, done this. So now let's settle in and got the jitters out and see what we can do here in the second half.
We're going to get to see how much grit this North Platte Panther team has here on game one, just right out of the gate. What do they do here with 2 quarters left to play of this one? They're down 22 points, 28-6. So what do they do? How do they respond to that? I think this could be one of those moments that if you're able to come back and end up winning this game, what a way to start the season.
Yeah.
To overcome that. And even then, if you're able to at least get within one score and maybe have some positive things happen, eliminate some of the miscues and mistakes, even that you can take away into next week and for the rest of the season.
Well, and looking forward to, I was looking through some scores at halftime. If you look across the KCI, Hamilton was down big to, I'm sure, a good Lafayette County team. But Mid-Buck was up 2 at half, I think. West Platte was up 2 at half on Polo. Lathrop was in a tight one with Lexington. So, there's not obviously you got East Buck in the conference. East Buck's good almost every year. But there's not a team in the KCI that's like, hey, if we can't find this one tonight, we're not going to have a hard time finding a win. That's not the case this year, I think. And so looking forward, it's just finding good things that you can build off of going into next week, regardless how the score ends up, of just finding some momentum, some stuff to build on going into Milan next week, of just finding ways to win football games. And it's tough to find when you got a young group. It's teaching them how to win, and then you got to learn how to win consistently. But it's just you're trying to learn some lessons right now, and I think they will.
There is something to that. You can go out and play, but to learn how to win, how to take advantage of the moment, how to seize it almost, is a skill that players learn by winning. And when they do win, and then it becomes addictive because they want to keep doing it. But that is something that's part of one of the characteristics that this Panther team. We'll see what they've got, how much grit, what goes on here in this second half. Butler lining up the ball on the 40-yard line to kick it off, number 75, and they are working left to right, so they're going south to the north end zone. Comes up to the ball, kind of a squib kick, bounces a couple of times and falling on there by the 42-yard line, I believe. 60. Where they'll have it, 1st and 10.
60. Yep, 62. Good play by Large there to get on that ball.
So Aspen Large was the one who got on that one. And he was actually going back towards his own goal line.
Good hands there by the offensive defensive lineman.
Able to do that. So Snook will start in shotgun. Armstrong, I believe, in the backfield with him. Here's a snap. Give goes to Armstrong, trying the near side here. Bounces off one defender and falls across the 50-yard line for a gain of about 7.
That's the key right there. You got to get Armstrong going in the second half. If you want any shot to win this football game, Dylan Armstrong's the guy that has to get going.
And he would be a good one to get going. He can, I think, put the team on his back a little bit. He has just been bottled up thus far.
Just a lot of bodies focused on him tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of eyes on him.
So Snook back in shotgun again with Armstrong back there with him. Here's the snap. Give goes, or fake give to Gus. There's a pass and caught. There goes that's Brendan Matt. But we got a flag on the play up by the 45-yard line. Maybe either a legal man downfield or.
It was a.
Yep, a legal man downfield again,
Dang
unfortunately. And that's going to be an emphasis for Coach Quigley come next week at practice.
Yeah, and the tough part is especially, like I said, some new faces up there. That's an RPO. It's a run-pass option. A lot of times the linemen don't know whether it's a run or pass, so they block whatever they're taught to. And unfortunately, you get moving upfield, and when you pull it like that, Snook pulled it a little late, which was a good read. It's just unfortunately the linemen don't know he's pulling it, so it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's almost
no
like
way around it.
A timing play.
Yeah, it is,
of sorts.
100%.
So the ball rests just shy of the 46-yard line. Second down, about 7. Snook in shotgun. Armstrong back there with him. Now he's running Gus in motion towards him. Give goes to Armstrong on that left side. He's got some room, still going, plows over one guy, falls down close again to the 45-yard line. Just shy of it. They'll probably mark it at the 46. So that's a good pickup and enough for a North Platte Panther first down as the ball is placed just shy of the 45.
Panthers showing some more creativity. They got a little misdirection there. Got the motion man going to the right and gave it back to Armstrong going to the left, trying to get out the back door. And I figured they'd make some changes, trying to find different ways to get Armstrong the ball.
Well, and the left side of the line is probably blocking a little bit better right now. They've certainly opened up some gaps for Armstrong to run through. There's the snap, goes to Snook, and he pitches it to Armstrong on the outside. Past one guy, still on his feet, still going, kind of goes down and then rolls to close to the 40. There's a flag down about the 42-yard line. Don't quite know what.
Block in the back, I believe.
It is against the Panthers as they step it off 10 yards. So it's similar to a hold. The ball's all the way back to the 49-yard line of the Panthers. So that's going to bring up close to 1st and 16 now. They need the 35 for a first down.
Boy, how many times have we seen that speed option play? That was like deja vu from last year.
Yes, and it worked, but Snook has it. Gives to Armstrong, trying the left side of the line, gets a blocker, pointing out, runs over one guy, keeps his feet, gets to the sideline over here on the near side, out about the 44, 43-yard line. So good pickup there. He got a large chunk of that 16 back. It's going to bring up right about a second down and a long 7.
Again, that left side of the line, starting to find some space over there.
Panthers
might have found something.
I think so. That left side seems to be quite productive for him right now. We're going to call it second down and 8 from the Butler 43-yard line. Snook is in shotgun with Armstrong back there with him. There's a toss. Oh, no, that's 15, and he's twisted around past the 40. He falls down about the 38-yard line. So Manville with the ball carrier, number 15, able to get all the way to the 38-yard line. Now brings up about a third down and 3 as they need to get to the 35.
Nothing wrong with that run from Manville. Third and manageable.
That was a good run.
4 down territory. So again, you got runner pass option here. So great job by Logan Manville.
This is after a block in the back, so a penalty. If they can convert here, or even on 4th down, that's going to be part of that character building Here's the snap to Snook. Quick give to Manville again, and he gets up close to the 35, and they're going to mark it on the 35, so I believe that's going to be enough for a first down.
Yep.
Yeah, they're signaling, go ahead, boys, move the chains. It's first down. Panthers have it at the 35-yard line of Butler. Good drive here to start the third quarter.
I'm going to harp again on some senior leadership. Obviously, Weston Snook kind of had a tough first half there, a couple turnovers, but right there, got that first down. He's clapping his hands, excited. I mean, it's easy to get down on yourself, and he is not doing that. He is stepping right in the line of fire and saying, like, we got this. Let's do this.
So Manville seems to be taking some carries right now, and he's out past the 30 to the 29. A good run by Manville. Little handoff from Snook as he tries that left side. That left side blocking well, opening up some holes for the runners. Manville now comes off.
That's big.
And it looks like Armstrong. Yeah, that.
I mean, you're giving Armstrong some relief. Obviously, he's going to get a lot of carries on the season. So finding that second back that can, when he needs a breather, put him in and just as efficient. So, yet again, found another thing that works. So
nice. So Armstrong's back in there now. He's to the right of Snook in shotgun. Here's the snap. Rolls to his right. Pitch to Armstrong. Armstrong cuts it up. Hits one guy. Still on his feet. Still going. And close to the 20. He gets all the way down. I guess he's still even. Yeah, he put his head down and took on a defender. And now we've got a Butler player down at back at the 30. The ball rests at the 19. That's where Armstrong finished his run. That is enough for a first down. And they're doing the leg stretch, so maybe looks like a cramp.
That's actually good to see because I was afraid that was the one that took a helmet-to-helmet kind of there, so it's good. I hate to see him down, but I'd much rather see a leg cramp than obviously something to the head or something.
Yeah, some head injury of some sorts or whatever. So Panthers off to an impressive first drive here. Have got the ball all the way down to the Butler 19 here to start the third quarter.
And that's what, I mean, I know it's a 22-point game, but at the same time, the Panthers, other than a few drives, have shown the ability to move the football. They just haven't been able to cash in. They get down there and then drive stalls or something. But so I mean, you're finding stuff that works. And running backs, they talk about it's a lot of rhythm. You're starting to see Dylan Armstrong kind of find that rhythm here in the second half. And once you find that rhythm, kind of that hole start to look bigger for you. So first game of the season, it's going to take time to find that rhythm. And good to see him starting to find that here in the second half.
So the player he was down in the first half, number 75, he's the kickoff, the kicker on the kickoffs. So I believe he had a little bit of cramping even in the first half. So he's probably getting close to his empty on his tank.
Well, they got some pickle juice over there.
Yeah, he needs something to get replenished there. So ball rests at the 19, first and 10 for the Panthers. They're looking to score on this initial drive of the third quarter.
Got to punch this one in. Got to find a way. You're in the red zone here. Got to find a way to score here in the red zone.
Now, credit to the Panthers after that block in the back that put them back first and 16. They were able to convert and pick up the first down, and it has sustained this drive. And also hats off to Manville, who came in and gave Armstrong a rest. He ran well as well. See how many times I can say well.
Right.
So Snook and Armstrong will be in the backfield.
Talk about running backs finding a rhythm. Announcers are finding a rhythm, too.
We'll just all find a rhythm together. Brendan Matt is split out wide right. And then over here, number 2, who is not Jax Carpenter. That is.
I'm not sure what they're.
Is it Wright? I think it's Caleb Wright.
Yeah, they're.
Oh, but they're looking at.
They're
something?
Talking about some over here on the North Platte sideline. I don't know if it's a. North Platte's got a camera down here on the sideline. I think Butler's trying to argue that it's not an illegal spot. I know there's some rules of MSHA where you can have cameras and where you can't. So I think that's what they were trying to argue.
So all right, Snook in the shotgun. kind of bobbles the ball, fakes it, but Armstrong keeps it, and he squirts free. There he goes on the near side to the 5, still on his feet into the end zone. Touchdown, Dylan Armstrong. Touchdown, North Platte Panthers.
Love to see number 23 get his rhythm back.
That was a nice run by Dylan Armstrong. He was hit a couple of times and continued on. As you said, I think he's hit his stride.
Yeah.
He's starting to feel it a little bit better, and certainly on that run, he became quite difficult to tackle.
Good job by the offensive line there, finding some holes, and good job by Weston Snook on that last play. He kind of bobbled that snap, and he didn't panic, and still sold the play action, and kind of got some linebackers moving on that. So very good job of not panicking there from Mr. Snook.
So now toss goes to Armstrong. Give goes to Grady Coons, I believe, number 1. He stopped in the backfield, and 70 put the hit on him, but he's kind of limping gingerly off the field. I think he maybe didn't get quite the result he wanted, but he did get the stop. And that was Grady Coons on the give. I think the snap went to Armstrong, but then Coons with the try for 2, and it falls for naught. So 12 is the score for North Platte, but 28 the score for Butler. 7:52 left in the third quarter. So now you're down 16.
Yep, you got it back to a 2 score. So first thing off the checklist is done.
Yep.
Now the second thing would be get a quick stop, find a way to get the ball back.
Get the defense.
Obviously, we talked about number 1, Chandler kid from Butler being out. So I think that's going to affect the Butler offense. I mean, you got to think that he was a bulk of their offense in the first half. So, if you can, you hate to see a kid get hurt, obviously, but that does change things. So we'll see if the Panthers kind of key in on the run here and make Butler a little one-dimensional and just find a way to get a quick stop. I mean, you got momentum. Best way to keep momentum is get the ball right back and keep moving.
So Armstrong kicking off from the 40. End-over-end kick goes and taken at about just shy of the 20 on the far side. Wrapped up there and taken down past the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line.
Yep, 21 and 87 there on the stop.
I need a light, a light, because I cannot see my roster, and I certainly don't know these
we don't have
numbers yet.
Yeah.
Well, there is bulbs up there, but
light switch.
Yeah, I think it's either behind the door or on the outside part there, or covered up,
or that.
But so we're kind of in the dark.
Week 1, like I said, for the broadcasters up here, kind of working out the kinks.
Yeah, we have all kinds of. There's always issues.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the world.
A little adversity.
Yeah, and you just deal with it and move on. So Butler will start at their own 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Panthers defense, of course, being called on here to get the ball back for their offense. Now,
timeout.
I believe it's a timeout.
Yep, timeout.
Yeah,
Butler.
by Butler, taken on right after the kick, and they ended up. Yeah, so timeout called by Butler here early in the third quarter with time of left on the clock. 7:46 here in the third quarter. Well, Brad Johnson's an electrician. Can he fix that?
Yeah, right.
I mean, let's go talk to him about that. So timeout called by Butler. I'm not quite sure why, but nonetheless it was.
Another bright spot for the Panthers. The Widsum kid. Okay, we go flip it on real quick. There. The Widsum kid for Butler has 54 yards, but I think 40 of those came on one run. So the Panthers have done a good job once they took away that big play of kind of keeping him bottled up. Hopefully that continues in the second half.
So Butler, after their timeout now, has long keeper up the middle, on his feet, and falls down close to the 40. Kind of upended there, kind of slow to get up, and kind of gimpy walking, and he's going to go, look like it maybe got his ankle, something. He is over on the sideline, trying to gather himself. Here he comes back in, see what he does. He's kind of upended. I don't know if they got maybe his ankle a little bit. We'll see what he does from here on out. So Long in the backfield and shotgun, 23 back there in the backfield with him. Rolls to his left here on the near side and squirts through close to the 40, right at the 40. So he's going to pick up maybe not even a yard. Now maybe a yard. So it's going to give it 3rd and 1. Need to get to the 31.
They did give him a yard there, it looked like.
So 3rd and 1 from the just past the 40. Chance here for the Panthers to find a way to maybe penetrate, get into the backfield, disrupt the play, and get a tackle for loss.
Under center, I got to think it's going to be that quick little mesh play that they run where it's either a quick handoff or Long keeps it.
Yep. So he is up under center. There's a snap. It is right up the middle, right up the gut, and still driving, and then tackled down there. He got the first down all the way out to close to the 43, 44. Mark it at the 43, it looks like. So first down. First and 10 from their own 43 here in the 3rd quarter. Butler leads 28-12, under 6 minutes, and now
hydration timeout.
Official timeout, hydration timeout. Chance to get some water.
Panthers still in pretty good shape. Got that early score, and now Butler obviously got a first down, but I mean you're still in good field position. So hopefully they can. Here on this first down play, we talked a lot about in the first half of just getting them behind the sticks. So hopefully they can do that here and find a way to force them to throw the ball. I think you got to force them to throw the ball here and just find a way to get it done.
So the Panthers, one of the things they need to do is, of course, hold them more than, or keep them from scoring so they have the opportunity for their offense to score. That's kind of the goal, or the long-term goal, but Butler on their first possession able to move it forward to pick up first down. So this is their second drive, or the first drive, but the second set of downs coming up after this chance for the boys to get some water. And we are still in August, although tomorrow is the last day, but it is still August in Missouri. So 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. And Long is under center. Here's a snap and a give to number 23, Xavier, and he's still on his feet, still going, and then tackled and wrapped up at the 34-yard line. Good run on that, and he's not getting up. He's staying down. He looked like he hit the heart, or whoever tackled him, he hit the ground pretty hard, and he's slow to get up. Kind of trying to get up. The official timeout is there. He's setting up, but is still kind of tried to get up, but didn't go much further. Now he lays back down, so maybe stretching of the leg, another cramp.
Trainers earning their keep tonight.
Yeah, they are. They're on 24-hour call right now. They have been busy tonight. Now, one of the things I will say, the Panthers have not shown very many cramps.
No, they appear to be in pretty good shape, and that can be a big difference here early in the season, especially late in the game. The other team starts to wear down a little bit, and just mental fatigue, physical fatigue. That's a key element of being in game shape early. It takes time to get in game shape, but we do look well conditioned. So hopefully we can use that to our advantage over this last quarter and a half here.
Well, if they're able to find a way to keep, so if you're cramping up like that, you're kind of empty tanked. I mean, you've run out of your steam, your gas, and you're just running on fumes. So if the Panthers do have a chance, it would be to take that advantage that they are maybe in a little bit better shape
And
for this warmer weather.
We talked about with Chandler being out. Now you're talking if Wisdom's out too. I mean, that's down to Long's. Long's really good back there, but that's a heavy load for him to carry when
by himself.
He's one of your biggest threats, but he's one of your only threats out there as far as experience. So we'll see how Butler does it. Like I said, you get these smaller class football teams, and they don't always have a lot of depth over there. So we're gonna see how much depth Butler does have.
Yeah, they've got. I'm just kind of guessing here, right around 30. Probably. Well, maybe. Yeah, right around 30. Probably players on their squad. Xavier Wisdom up to his feet, but he's not. He's kind of gingerly.
You can tell those legs are feeling like
barking,
jello, unfortunately, right
barking
now.
a little bit. Well, I know. I mean, I ran track and shin splints when I got those. It was very painful to try and perform on those.
Oh yeah.
It was. You had to fight the pain as well as trying to, run, and so I can only imagine if they're cramping.
Oh yeah,
and the cramps are not a pleasant experience.
No, they are horrible. Especially when you get that one like 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. It's not fun.
Wakes you up.
Oh
and
yeah.
You're writhing in bed from the pain. So now Butler comes out, one wide left and one wide right, two in the backfield. It looks like Long's going to go back under center. So we'll see what the Panther defense is able to do here. Snapping, keeps it right up the middle, but this time met and then spun, but able to get to the 30. They're going to mark him at the 32 or just shy of the 32. So he picked up about 5 on that.
I think you're kind of seeing there, too, of you just lost a running back and a little creativity of, hey, we're just going to run a quarterback sneak right up the middle, try to get a quick hitter.
Looks like he got about 4 on that. Give him 4. So we'll bring him up probably about a 2nd down and 6. Although, I don't know, the yard lines don't seem to be as defined as they have been. There's a quarterback keeper, but wrapped up in the backfield and taken down. He got forward progress just past the 35, but quickly Panthers in the backfield to disrupt that play. Get back there and wrap up Long before he had time to do much of anything, which is a good sign. Now the Panthers have pushed him back to make it about a 3rd down and 9 play. Clock runs here in the 3rd quarter, 4:38, 4:37.
It's a big play right here. It's 3rd and long, but got to think it's 4-down territory for Butler. So we'll see. Do they try the air, or do they think, hey, we can run the ball here and get it 4th and manageable and try to go for it?
They're going to take a timeout because they're down to once. There's the
a little confusion.
Yeah, they're going to have another timeout. So they're down to their last timeout of the half. Another early season snafus that you tend to have.
Well, and we talked about it being a marathon and not a sprint. You're just seeing the Panthers throw some punches here and just hoping a few of those land and just kind of wear down Butler over the course of 4 quarters. And right when you got them wore down, it's, hey, now let's go for the kill shot.
Yep.
And they just got to hope you're within striking distance when you get that chance. So,
well, if they can find a way to get a stop here, get the ball back, go down and score again, maybe before the 4th quarter.
Especially they found some success on offense.
Yeah.
On that left side of the line, they found some stuff that can be working. So
they were picking up some chunks, 5 to 6 yards. Manville and Armstrong both were able to have success running to that left side. Now, I do know that Wisdom plays linebacker, and I think Chandler was a defensive back. So their defense, not only on offense, of course, they were more notable on offense, but their defense is taking some hits as well. So some other guys are going to have to come in there, maybe not as experienced. Chandler is a junior and Wisdom is a senior.
Get that smaller schools and that Iron Man football.
Yep. So 3rd down and 9 from the ball rests just past the 35. Part of the back tip of it is on the 35. And Long under center. There's a fake give. and trying to still on his feet and hit, and then spun around. He's close to maybe a first down. Gus French made the stop. Ball is at the 20, just shy of the 27. So it's going to bring up fourth down and about 3.
I think you're going to hear the Panther crowd get into this one. It's a big fourth down of clock's running. I mean, you still got a whole quarter and a third to play still, but
oh, this is going to be
fourth down right here.
Yeah, actually, it's about a yard and a half he needs to get. So long. Oh, the ball came out, and it's on the ground, so it's going to be North Platte ball, whoever received it. It looked like Panthers did fall on it.
Yep.
So they're going to take it right there. So a bad snap and something fortuitous happening for the Panthers right now in this third quarter. Panthers take over. Ball's going to be right at the shy of the 30, so first and 10 from their own 30 as they look to go back down the field and punch another one in.
They got step one, they got the early score. Step two, they got their stop. Now let's
step 3, score again.
Keep the momentum. Let's get this to a one-score game. I mean, obviously you're down 16, so you got to get a score and a 2-point conversion, but let's get the score first, then we'll worry about the 2.
Yeah. So Snook in the backfield with Armstrong and shotgun. There is a give to Armstrong. Looks around, darts past one guy, but wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Wisdom is back in there as the linebacker, so he is back, and now Armstrong is slow to get up.
I think we might have jinxed ourselves.
Yeah, we never should have said anything. He is appearing to have a little bit of a cramp. So he picked up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 when we get back, so it does stop the clock. And he's got working on both legs.
Battle of attrition. I mean, it's hot down there on the field. It's been muggy all week. I know these guys have been working for 3 weeks now, but there's a big difference between the shape you're in now and the shape you're in game 9 and 10. I mean, it's game, playing a game and practicing are 2 different things.
Well, exactly. That was going to be my point, was that game speed is escalated from just practice speed.
Yes.
Now, you can try and emulate that, but you never truly achieve it until you're in the game itself. That's whenever a lot of the testing comes out, because it just occurs a lot faster. You've got much more going on. Go ahead.
Sorry, remember when I mentioned that pickle juice earlier? I think they just came and gave Dylan a thing of pickle juice that he carried off. So I'm pretty sure that's what that was. They had a jug of pickle juice in his hand.
Yeah, it looks almost like a vinegar bottle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe so.
They clearly came prepared for the cramps.
So Snook is in the backfield. I believe Manville is back there with him. Snook takes the snap. Give goes to Manville. Right up the middle. Still on his feet. And ahead for a first down. Gets down to the 44-yard line. Nice run by Manville. Willie, he's got a burst of speed there that I think Armstrong could do it, but I've not really seen it tonight. But Manville quickly hit the hole and burst through it. Picks up the first down. Ball's at the 44, 1st and 10 Panthers.
Trying to develop a nice little 1-2 punch there. You talked about Armstrong's more of a bruiser, going to run you over more often than not. And then you got Manville got that quick little burst like you talked about. It's good to have that.
Yeah, that's a change of pace for sure. Snook takes the snap, pitches it out to Manville on the right side, still on his feet. Now cuts back here to the left and still going. Still shakes one tackle and is down at the 48-yard line of Butler. So into Butler territory, past the 50. Nice run again by Manville. And he started off to his right and then cut it back to his left and shook one tackler and then got past another. But he grabbed onto him and took him down. So the ball actually rests kind of halfway between the 48 and 47.
Valuable experience being gained by Logan Manville tonight. Didn't get a lot of time last year and getting a lot of valuable carries tonight.
2nd down and about 2, or a long 2. There's another give to Manville as he tries the left side, and he kind of lunges forward past the 45, and if they mark it there, that's going to be enough for a first down. It is. The official on the far side saying, boys, move this chain. First down for North Platte.
Keep those sticks moving.
So another nice drive so far here at the beginning. Orchestrated by Snook as the quarterback, and Manville in there since Dylan Armstrong took a bit. And he's still over here on the sideline. The trainer, of course, over there talking to him. And he's still got that jug of something. Might be pickle juice. Snap goes to Snook. Fakes the give. Rolls out to his right. Looking downfield. Throws. Complete to Gus French. He's down the far sideline and out of bounds. Nice catch and run there by Gus French on the far side. Snook hits him right in the breadbasket, and he takes it all the way down inside the 30, maybe down to the 28-yard line for a Northern North Platte first down. Panthers moving the ball now. Ball looks like right at the 28. 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Snook in shotgun, and timeout taken by North Platte.
Well, the thing that kind of opened that up, they've been having success running the ball, and then you hit them with that play action rollout that kind of opened that up. So that was well set up by Coach Quigley and Coach Brockhoff.
Well, it's something you're not expecting, right? I mean, they've been running the ball pretty consistently, and it's not like they've been stopped. So they maybe would think they would just keep doing it. However, that one broke for a big gain all the way down to the 28-yard line. And I think was the ball somewhere around the 40.
45, I believe. 17 yards on that
about
game.
7, yeah. Yep. So it's a big chunk of yardage that the Panthers were able to pick up. So Panthers showing on the second drive of the second half, they still have life. So what was it saying? So you say there's a chance.
Yep.
Like you said, in high school, it can flip pretty quickly.
Change in a hurry. Momentum is big in football, but it's especially big in high school football.
It is a fickle thing. It can come and go quickly. So Snook takes it. There's a give, goes to French, trying here. He's got a hole, still on his feet, 20, and he's at the 15, 10. Cuts back past the guy, but down at the 2, and a flag, a face mask, as he was tackled there by Xavier Wisdom. Grabbed his face mask to keep him from getting to the end zone. And so the ball is probably going to be placed inside or very close to the 1.
Again, a little misdirection.
Yeah.
They've been showing that run, then you hit him play after pass, and then you hit him with misdirection going back the other way. This is a picture-perfect drive by not only the play calls, but the execution.
So now is this a play where you just get up under center and
I think so.
do the tush push?
This is where you got a kid named Dylan Armstrong in the backfield, and I think you just give it to him and
let him,
or you just
find a way.
6'4", 6'5" quarterback just find a way into the end zone.
Well, you've got 21 and 32, which is McCracken, Snook, and Manville in the backfield. There's a give. Goes to Manville, and he's in. Touchdown. North Platte Panthers. Manville carries it in almost untouched. 6 more points for the Panthers. Makes it now 28-18. So down by 10.
Yep, this is a big 2-point conversion because you can cut it down to 1 score going into the 4th.
Yep. If you're able to convert on this 2-point conversion, so far they've been unsuccessful. They've tried twice.
Yeah, they've been trying that swinging gate look that they tried last year a lot. Looks like they're huddling up here. They might go to something more traditional here and see if they can just find a way to get 3 yards.
So they've got Snook in there, Manville in the backfield. A couple of guys in the slot on the right side. There's a pitch rolling right. Snook. Catch and cuts. 2-point conversion's good. Is that Manville?
I think that was Logan Manville.
I'm trying to find him. Where is he at? Yes, it's Manville.
Logan Manville.
Manville with the catch for the 2-point conversion. So 8 points on that little drive, and that makes it now 28-20. So a 2-point conversion, and that means that this is a 1-score game. So just like that, the Panthers have come back and are showing a lot of life right now in the 3rd quarter.
Whole quarter to play, too. I mean, you cut that down pretty quick. I mean, you got 13 minutes of football still left.
And you've got momentum is a fickle thing. And I got to say, after most people whenever things have gone wrong the way they went wrong that first half, you got to credit Coach Quigley for getting these boys back out here. They're showing some heart. They're showing some not give up, a mental attitude that is going to help them not only in this football game and throughout the season, but in life. It's very good to see.
Well, and you mentioned the word grit at halftime.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they're showing some grit tonight. I mean, it was very easy to, hey, we're down 22. We had not the best first half, and they absolutely came out and said, you know what, that first half's over. Let's go in the second half. Here we go.
There's an onside kick, and it goes out of bounds. It's kind of a ball that didn't even make it to the 50. I think they were trying to do an onside kick.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum,
there's a penalty against
illegal.
Butler.
I think there was a guy in motion at the kick, maybe. I don't.
Oh.
You don't see that one a lot.
Or maybe he came forward across the line on that kick.
That's a
before
penalty
it was
you don't see very often.
No. I mean, the new NFL one, you can't move until the ball either hits or the receiver receives it. It's kind of odd. They got several in the preseason. So the ball's moved up now to the 45.
Wondering, too, if they didn't notice that onside kick type coming, and they just got try to get a little bit of a head start, got a little antsy.
Little antsy, yeah. They kind of, you get out of your game, it makes the other team react. It puts pressure on them. Sometimes they don't handle it as well. So number 21 doing the kicking here. That's McCracken.
Oh boy!
There's a up in the air, ball bounces, and who's got it? I think. Did Butler grab it?
Well, I think he called for a fair catch, so I think that's going to be
pass kick or pass interference.
Yeah, kick catch interference. That's
that's
just unfortunate because that's a great heads up play by the Butler player.
It was
calling that fair catch that saved that whole play.
Because even if you drop it, I mean, if you drop it, I guess it would be a live ball.
Yeah, with him getting hit right as he caught it, I mean, if he doesn't call for that fair catch, you're talking a whole different outcome of that play.
Well, and that's an awful quick call on a fair catch.
Oh, yes.
So the North Platte players certainly didn't realize that.
No, I just think that was just bad luck. I mean, you're not expecting a fair catch there, and that was heads up football.
Yeah, that was a good move. I think it'll work out in the favor of Butler on this one.
Nice little roll of the dice there by Coach Quigley. He had the momentum. He tried a little pooch kick, and I mean that showed some guts. So good for them to trust their defense to do that, because if it doesn't work, it's gonna be a short field. But clearly they trust their defense of, hey, we can go get a stop even if it happens.
The defense has shown some grit, as we talked about this quarter, and maybe so he's putting giving them a little bit more responsibility. So if it's a short field, they can answer the call, come away with a stop. So this is a long discussion out here with the.
I was gonna say I was pretty confident that was kick catch interference, but as long of a discussion as this is,
this is quite a maybe one of the officials did not see the fair catch, like he didn't actually.
Well, and I'm wondering, because I see one of the North Platte coaches signaling when you call for a fair catch, you wave that one hand. He had two hands. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know the rule on that. Is that a proper
can you
kick catch or fair catch call? I don't know.
How do you properly call a fair catch?
And I think that's what they're debating.
So they are certainly hashing it out. There's three officials together, the white hat, and then two of the officials. The other official. So we'll see what the call is. We're going to talk to Coach Quigley about it.
They're walking it off. Looks like the 15 yards. Yep, I think they're.
So probably a fair catch was called.
I don't know. They're putting it back where they kicked it from, though.
So they're going to re-kick? It looks like the kick team's going out there.
I
think they're going to re-kick.
They're
going to re-kick.
I don't know on this ruling because, they are going to re-kick, and I'll be honest, I have no clue if.
That's interesting.
Now,
unfortunately, we can't hear what the official.
No.
Yeah, and so the Coach Quigley is holding his hands straight up like a touchdown. He's saying that's what the Butler receiver did. That's not a fair catch. The ball is at the 45 again, so it's like a redo, I guess.
I think the officials called a mulligan. I don't know.
We're not playing golf.
This one's out of my IQ of football. This one's beyond that.
This is you don't see every day. This is a new one that is quite different. So I don't know.
Regardless, though,
well,
I guess let's re-kick.
maybe third time's a charm. We'll see if they maybe change it now and try and boot it deep. So waiting for officials still talking to the Butler coach.
Got to think that's got to be a win for North Platte, I would think, because
they
count the penalty. You're on like the 40-yard line of Butler's on your side of the field, but now you get a chance to re-kick, and like I would think Coach Quigley's got to be somewhat happy with that.
Yeah, Panther players are firing up, the cheerleaders in the crowd, trying to get a little more excitement here at the football field. So from the 45, here's the kick. And this one, end over end, squirts, hits at the 30, picked up there by number 2, Long, and he dropped it. And then now he's wrapped up. He lost yards. He's back to almost the 22, 23-yard line. So he picked it up about the 25, but then regressed backwards and ends up, it looks like he almost lost the handle on it. And then he ended up getting tackled back about the 23. Is that where that's at?
And I got to think that's one of the best things you could hope for if you're Panthers, because obviously you didn't get the turnover on the pooch kick.
No.
But now you've backed him up into the 23-yard line. I mean, that's if you can't get the ball, that's the next best option.
So the defense, once again, looking to get a stop here. We're still in the third quarter. 1:03 left. Panthers down to Butler at the moment. Long goes to his left on his horse on the far sideline. Not stopped yet. Up past the first down marker. Out of bounds. Hardigan pushed him out close to the first down marker, so I believe it is a first down, so that'll stop the clock. 56 seconds. It's 28. Or Butler has 28. North Platte has 20. So a big stop here for the North Platte Panther defense if they're able to get it. That would give the offense a chance. So far, the offense on 2 possessions have went down and scored on both of them. The second one included a 2-point try, and it was good.
I think you've just seen a little bit of Panthers just kind of lost contain there.
So now Long in shotgun and delay a game. So they're going to back it up 5 more yards. So the ball was resting about the 32-yard line. Now it's back to the 27.
It is pretty evident this is week 1 because this has not
sloppy.
been the cleanest football.
It is sloppy. It is sloppy, which is fine if you're having sloppy joes.
Right.
But we're not doing lunch right now. So in the shotgun, the 23 in the backfield now takes the ball, tries the left side, still on his feet, past one defender, past another, and then driven into the ground up around the 43-yard line. Number 88, Wright, was the one that grabbed him and brought him down. But enough for a big gain on the play.
Was that a little wildcat? Was that Wisdom in the backfield getting that snap?
No.
Or was that Long?
Wisdom went out as a blocker, and Long just followed him. And they had that well blocked because he was able to cut it back up through the middle and found lots of room. So a big pickup on the play. Ball's at the 43-yard line of Butler. Panther defense needing to find a way here to get a stop. Snap goes to Long. Give goes to the back, number 23. He gets a good gain on this, a good push up close to the 50-yard line. That's Xavier Wisdom. So a good run. Xavier Wisdom back in there.
Looks like we're going to go to the end of the quarter.
So that's probably going to do it for the end of the third quarter, and that is the end of the third quarter with the score. Butler 28, Panthers 20.
That's what you call winning a quarter.
Yes, they did, and because they're right back in the midst of this one. So 1 quarter to go. We'll see what they've got in them, and we'll be back on North Platte Sports Radio right after this.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one you should check out.
Did your current propane company leave you out in the cold last winter? There's something you can do about that. Give Nash Gas a call. Nash Gas has been locally family owned and operated since 1945. Let our family take care of your family this winter. Nash Gas offers keep full programs, winter heating contracts, and budget plans, all with superior customer service. Contact Nash Gas at 816-450-3333 or online at nashgasco.com.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Missouri at highschoolofficials.com.
Hi, my name is Stanley, and I've been arrested for stealing shoes. I didn't really steal them, but I've been sent to Camp Green Lake anyway. The worst punishment a kid could get. And at Camp Green Lake, we dig holes. Lots of holes. I've only been here a short time, but I think the camp director is up to something. I'm Stanley Yelnats, and I'm covering more than dirt at Camp Green
Lake. Welcome back to fourth quarter action here at North Platte High School. Butler has the ball, snaps the ball, and I believe it's maybe close to a first down, but driven back by the Panther defense, and they're looking for a stop here.
I think he might be a yard short.
Yeah, they're going to mark it about a yard short. Got up to the 48-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and 1 now for Butler. Well, the idea here is certainly to get a stop now. 3rd and 1 is kind of a tall order, but
gonna have to get a push up front.
Yeah.
Got to find a way to get some penetration.
Get in the backfield, disrupt the play. One wide out here to the left. One wide to the right. Under center, kind of late. Looked like a false start maybe. Yeah, there comes the flag. I think it's going to back them up 5 yards, so somebody started a little early on the tush push.
Talked about the Panthers' turnovers being a big part of this game. Butler's got nine penalties tonight. That's been another big part of this game.
That's huge.
Yeah. It's allowed the Panthers to stay in it, I think.
So that's going to back the ball up to the Butler 47-yard line. And they need to get to the Panther 47, I believe. So that's 6 yards. I mean, do that math.
I'm a social studies teacher now, so.
You're not doing math?
No, I switched over.
You were supposed to help me with math last year, right? Now I'm going to ask you about social things. Looks like Long's going to go back under center, 2 in the backfield.
Timeout.
And now.
Timeout, Butler.
I believe so. Maybe this is their second timeout of the half.
No, 3rd and final, I think.
Oh, is it 3rd and final?
Yep, they're out of timeouts.
So that's maybe a crucial factor, as we've got 10:52 left in the fourth quarter and in the game.
Looking here on Preps KC, you got some score updates across the KCI.
Yes.
East
What do
Buck
we have?
is not playing until tomorrow. They go to Kansas City Central tomorrow. Hamilton fell to Higginsville 45-6. I know that's a really good Higginsville team this year. Lathrop's in a tie game with Lexington, 20 all going to the fourth.
Okay.
You got Mid-Buck wins over Midway 33-12. Looks like they opened that up a little bit in the second half. West Platte leads Polo 28-18 going to the fourth.
28-18, okay.
And then Lawson and Warsaw score has not been updated. It was 0-0 almost the end of the first quarter, so.
Okay.
That score has not been updated.
Did that game get started late?
No, I just think
they're
the website is not updating it. Yep.
So this will bring up 3rd down at about 6. And Long is under center. Here's a snap and rolls to his right. Gonna pass, and it's complete to Xavier, and he's trying to fumbles the ball. Fumbles the ball. Hardigan, I think, fell on it. fell on it. So I did not see who came up behind him and swiped at the ball, but the ball fell out, and it is North Platte's football. Or no, are they going to call him down?
No, I think they're calling. Yeah, it's North Platte football. They're just walking the chains down there to get them set.
Well, they're going the wrong way.
Whoa.
That looked like the ball came out and that North Platte recovered. Now, that did not look like what happened. Well, they're going to rule it as he was down. The ball looked like it did come out, but their ball is about the 22-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
That's just unfortunate.
Yep, there's another give, and the back kind of in the middle is wrapped up, but gets ahead for about 2. That was Xavier. Xavier Wisdom gets ahead, but we'll give him 3 on that, so 2nd down and 7 coming up. Big stop here needed by North Platte Panther defense. 10-24, 23. The clock runs here in the 4th quarter. Score, Butler 28 and North Platte 20. It really looked like that ball came out.
That was
Hardigan fell on it for the recovery, but that isn't the way the officials saw it. Snap goes to long, and then the ball. So it looked like false start or offsides, false start by, there's a 10th penalty on Butler. It's going to back them up 5 more. Probably will bring up about 2nd down and 12. I'm going to say 2nd down and 12. Ball rests at the 23?
Yep.
23-yard line.
Panthers got to take advantage here. Got
So
them
they
behind
are.
the 6.
Yeah, behind the change, 2nd down. See if the Panthers defense can answer the call. Long and shotgun. Kind of bobbles it for a moment. He's wrapped up. He squirts away and still going, but they're pulling at the ball. But he's able to get all the way up past the 25. They're going to mark him in the 24, maybe 23-yard line.
Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're a little bit
Or back
past
to the line.
it.
Yeah, back.
Or no.
Yeah, I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 12, so it was bobbled. The ball snap came in low, picked it up, kind of didn't really have a handle on it. And looks like he was going to get wrapped up for a bigger loss, but able to squirt free and then make it back to the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 12 now, so the Panther defense, once again, let's see if they can come up with something fortuitous here. Snap goes to him, looking to pass the ball, throws one up high and incomplete, falls in. Now a flag comes in for pass interference, I believe on Brendan Matt, who is out there. Yeah, Brendan Matt was the defender, the defensive back there, and it looked like he turned around. If he would have seen it in time, he could have picked it off. But he ran into the receiver down there, and that ended up getting the flags thrown.
That's tough as a DB. That ball was up in the air for a while.
Yeah, it hung up
just,
there.
It's hard to know. That's where you got to hope one of your teammates just yells, "Hey, find the ball!" But it's.
And Brendan Matt is
a bad break.
He is tall enough that I think if he would have located the ball sooner, he could have reacted to it and easily picked it off.
So is it? I don't know if it's an automatic 1st down because it's half the distance to the goal.
Oh, okay.
So because they're inside the 30, so
it's we're gonna get a tush push here at 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1. Yeah. So the Panthers 3rd and 1. We'll see if maybe they're hoping for a miscue, a missnap, which has happened. I do believe Butler is running on fumes at this point. A lot of their players, I think, are gassed. But he's under center this time, Long is, and takes a snap and quickly sneaks to the right a little bit and able to get ahead for the 1st down. So picks it up. He's right at the 10-yard line, so I believe they're going to have it 1st and goal at the 10. And still, though, the mission is to keep them out of the end zone.
Yep. Yeah, see how tough that Panther defense is here. Give up a score here, drop down 2 scores with 8 minutes to go. I mean, that's a tough hill to climb, but still got 10 yards to use here, so hopefully we can just kind of toughen up and find a way to stand tall and bend but not break.
They have been able to get into the backfield and disrupt some things here later in this game. There's a pass, and right up the middle goes Long, wrapped up and then taken down. Got about 2 yards, I think, maybe close to the 7, maybe 3. Looks like Yep, at the 8-yard line, so give him 2 on that. So second down and goal at the 8.
See if does Butler run straight ahead here? Do they try to get long, use those feet of his and try to get him to the edge?
Xavier Wisdom in the backfield with him, and there's a stoppage of play. Do we have another flag? Yeah, false start. Butler jumping early and will be penalized by moving the ball back 5 yards. So if it's at the 8, it'll go back to the 13. And second and goal from the 13. So there's kind of the thing that you're looking for, something to give you
a little life,
a little help.
Yep.
And that false start, that's the 11th penalty, I believe, if I'm
11 penalties, 64
counting
yards.
correctly. My goodness. So Long is in shotgun with Xavier Wisdom back there with him. There's a snap straight up the middle, goes Long, and he gets wrapped up. I don't know that he got much on that. He got to the 10, so maybe pick up a 3. So he got to the 10-yard line. He just kind of darted right up the middle, but then quickly ran into several Panther defenders there.
Got a heavy dose of Kellen Long running the football here in the second half from Butler.
Yes, he's been kind of the go-to guy.
Got to think, obviously 4-down territory. You need 10 yards, so do you go to the ground again, or do you try to use those wheels on the outside and try to throw the football here? We're going to see.
Xavier Wisdom back there with Long in the backfield. They've got some receivers kind of split out. Here's the snap to Long. Looks, fires over and incomplete. There's a flag. There's a flag. Pass fell incomplete, intended for Jackson, number 12. It's against Butler. So, legal procedure, I believe, on Butler. So they're going to move him back 5 yards. Or they're asking Quigley if they want to take it.
Yeah,
or
I was going to say, they might decline this.
They decline it, so it'll bring up 4th down.
Here we go.
4th down from the 10-yard line for Butler. Panther defense has bent, but not broken yet. We'll see if they can rally on this down.
So I was going to say, if the ball was maybe on the 5, I think you take that penalty, but on the 10, I mean, I understand the call here of declining it because 10 yards, 4th and goal, I mean, that's
very hard
tough,
to pick that up.
Especially a team that's not known for throwing the football.
So do they go to the air again?
Oh, I think you have to.
So Panthers need to be mindful. Yeah, nobody in the backfield with Long. Takes the snap, looks over to his left. There's the pass to number 3, and he is wrapped up right at the 10-yard line. No room for maneuvering, and he was quickly swallowed up there, taken down. So the Panthers will have the ball, 1st and 10 from the 10, their own 10, and 90 yards to drive for a touchdown, and then possibly a 2-point conversion to tie it. 7 minutes left on the clock. We're in the 4th quarter. 28-20 is the score. Butler on top.
Gave yourself a chance late. Find a way to give yourself a chance.
So this is kind of what you're thinking about scenarios. There's Armstrong gets the ball, but he's wrapped up just a little bit past the 10, maybe up to the 11. Not much of a gain on that one. Picks up about 1 yard, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Panthers need to, at this point, they've got plenty of clock, but be wary. They're still 88 yards away from the end zone.
They tried that left side again there.
So Armstrong to Snook's left in shotgun. The ball squirts past Snook, and he tried to jump on it, and now the ball is, I'm not quite sure who's on it.
Down at the 1?
Maybe.
Yeah, they're going to call it at the 1.
They're going to call it down at the 1. Looks like they're going to put the ball in this timeout, official timeout. Official timeout. So the ball was snapped, a low snap to Snook, and he tried to corral it, but it squirted past him and headed towards the end zone. It looks like it's somewhere around the 1 yard line or so. I think.
Third and 19.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 19. So, again, another miscue has caused a unfortunate incident and has put the Panthers further in the hole.
If I had to guess, they might dip back into a screen pass here or something, because the trouble you run is obviously you're going to try for first down, but if you don't incomplete pass, now you're having to punt from the 1 yard line. And I mean, that's not a lot of room to work there. So I mean, this will be an interesting call here. Of obviously you're going to try to get a first down, but I got to think it's going to be something quick where at the very least, if you don't get the first down, you're at least giving your punter some room to punt. And, obviously punting this late in the game is not ideal, but this deep in your own field position, you have to.
I mean, that miscue it really limits the options that you have for what plays that you can run with any inkling of a chance for success. So it kind of puts them behind the 8 ball, as they say. Snook is going to be back in shotgun. Armstrong in the backfield with him. Gus French and Brennan Matt out to his left, wide. One receiver to his right. There's a snap. Rolls to his left. And looking and makes one guy miss. Pitches it ahead, and there's a flag. Is that there's 2 flags. Is that face mask? Is that a face mask? So he pitched it forward. Was that Armstrong that he pitched it forward to? And then did they wrap up his?
That might have been an offensive lineman he pitched it to. That might be illegal touching.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that was number 62, Aspen Large, that he pitched. It looked like a running back, but I think that was an offensive lineman.
Well, it depends on.
Oh, they're going to call safety.
Well, because if the penalty happened in the end zone, it's a safety.
Yep.
So I believe it is maybe an illegal touching in the end zone, which gives 2 more points to Butler. That's
tough. Well, because not only do you make it a 2-score game now you got to kick it away.
Yeah, and you've got to try and get it back quickly on defense, and then you've got to score twice with only 1 timeout. Well, they have 2. They have 2 timeouts left. Butler has none. 5:49 on the clock.
Well,
and they have had some first game jitters tonight.
Just a few too many mistakes. Kind of dug themselves a hole in the first half. Showed some real grit, fighting out of it, giving themselves a chance. And I mean, there's still some time here. Crazier things have happened, but moving forward, you got to be happy with the effort in the second half.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They have backs against the wall and fought their way out of that. And there's a lot to build on going into week 2. And regardless of how this one turns out, I think that's what you point your hat to. Of hey, we did some really good things in the second half, and they found their identity a little bit.
I think that
finding the run game a little bit, and
they
finding
are
the play action pass. So
they're discovering who they are for sure. But one of the things you can say, they had a lot of heart. They have not in any way
100%
given up at all. No inkling or showing any signs of anything along that lines, being down.
Especially, I mean, a 91-yard pick six, basically, his time expires. When you're I mean, that's a shot right to the gut. And
there's an onside kick, and it is North Platte recovered the onside kick just past the 30. The defender went up to it. Butler player looked at it, but then a North Platte player dove in on it as it was squirting past the 30. It was kind of a cue ball kick and was headed towards the out-of-bounds marker, and it was recovered at the 30. North Platte, first down. You talked about things happening.
Yeah. I think the Butler player was kind of afraid to touch it because I don't think he thought it was going to go 10 yards, and then it took that last bounce right there at the end. And
it still had life and continued on. I thought it might be heading right out of bounds. It was hard to tell because the players are over there. It's hard to see the sideline where that is over here.
We've seen about everything there is to see tonight.
This is like
a bingo card would be crazy tonight because you're talking about
you'd have to get a new one because
a safety on a flag.
All the boxes have been checked, I think. So
an onside kick. I mean, there's been some weird things that have happened tonight.
Snook is in shotgun, but the Panthers down 10 now. There's a snap Give goes to Gus. Gus French, and he is quickly met in the backfield now, loses about 4 yards. They're going to put him at the 26-yard line. So that play faked the give to Armstrong, but then Gus French got it, but then there was already a defender back there, and he had nowhere to go.
Well, and they had been setting that one up. They ran French in motion a couple times and gave it to Armstrong, so they had it set up. It just good job of discipline on Butler.
Yeah, they
staying
stayed
home on
home.
the backside.
Yeah, and he got the penetration back there, and he was right where Gus French was after he received the ball. So Armstrong behind Snook in shotgun this time. There's a snap, fakes the give, rolls to his left. There's a pass off the hands of Gus, and incomplete on the far side. That'll stop the clock. 5:02 in the fourth quarter. Butler is ahead 30-20 and has led, really, except for the time when the Panthers tied them, but they've led ever since they scored their second touchdown. Panthers looking for something here with very little time. So they got 2 left, 2 right, out wide, and Armstrong in the backfield. Here's a snap to Snook. He's looking to throw. Goes a pass to Brendan Matt, and he has it, and he is out of bounds at the 37, 38-yard line.
37, yep.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 37. They need to get to the 40, or just past the 40, really. It's like the 41 almost, so it's going to be 4th down and 4.
4th and manageable, at least.
Yeah,
They're at least able to get some yards back.
It's a long 4, but it's 4th down. See what happens here. Here's the snap. Give goes to Armstrong up the middle, behind blockers.
Oh, he's close.
And he is still on his feet, still working his way, and I believe he's got it. He's close to the 43-yard line. I think they're going to mark him there. And 1st down, yeah, the far officials telling the chain gang to move the chains. So Armstrong able to pick it up. And he is. He's just kind of a John Riggins lumbering type as he goes
John
in.
Riggins. I love that reference.
Yeah, I just remember him being a big lumbering back that was hard to bring down. So there's the give to Armstrong again on the left side. They're trying that left side again. This time, though, a host of Butler players get him, and I think they got him for a loss of about a yard. Back to the 41. So they are sniffing out the run. They could have some passing to counterspell that.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to go to the air here.
Because also the clock is running out. Snap goes to Snook, drops back, looking to pass, and complete to Gus French, and he's up past the 40, still going, cuts it back up the middle, still on his feet, and is tackled down past the 45-yard line, or at the 44 for a first down. Nice run, catch and run there by Gus French. He was just cutting across the middle.
Little tunnel
Snook
screen.
hit him in stride.
They tried to run to that play earlier and didn't work, so went back to it.
Snook with Armstrong back there with him, rolls to his left, looking downfield, and launches one deep, and there's a flag. You think it's illegal, man?
Yeah, it's got to be. Where the flag was thrown, that's almost, yep.
I didn't know if it was possibly defensive pass interference, but.
Yeah, another illegal man downfield. That'll definitely be probably a point of emphasis this week in practice.
I think so. I think we kind of determined that even sometime early in the third quarter. The number of times that it's been called. Yeah. I don't know. That was a pass play all the way.
Yeah.
So there's not much excuse on a RPO on that one. There's somebody not staying where they should be. And how many yards do they get? 3 yards?
On the
lineman. What do they get?
Oh, I think it's 3, yeah.
3 yards? Yeah. There's a pass to Brendan Matt. He's got it. Collects it here on the near side and is out of bounds. Stops the clock. They're going to mark him out inside the 40 at the 39. So he's at the 39-yard line. We've got 3:24. Butler leads 30-20 over the North Platte Panthers here in the fourth quarter. So if you can get some more quick hitters on the sideline, at least that chance to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Snook takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks deep, and now he's running the ball, passes the ball, but tried to hit Gus French, and it did not. The pass really sailed to his right or to his left, out of reach. So again, Snook moving did not. I think, and that's something that maybe he would want to work on, is being able to either set his feet and make the pass, because I think whenever he doesn't have his feet set, his accuracy kind of diminishes.
That's a tough skill, being able to throw on the run.
Yeah.
It's not, especially when he's rolling to his left.
Yep.
Throwing across his body.
It is a tall task, certainly in high school even more so. There's a low ball to Snook. He passes it, but through the hands of Gus French. He's frustrated here on the near side. He thought he should have had it, but it went through his hands and incomplete. So now it's fourth down and about 5.
Got to have this one.
So they got to get really to the 34-yard line. The ball rests at the 39, so it is about 4th and 5 to have a chance. The opportunities are quickly dwindling. 3:14 on the clock. Snook in the backfield. Takes the snap. Rolls to his left. He's got a man, and he caught it.
Oh.
Gus French takes it, but he's leveled, but he has enough yardage for the first down. So that'll stop the clock momentarily as they move the chain. So they need to be getting up on the line, quickly snap this ball. And they are just now getting into position. Clock runs, 3:02, 3:01. Here is the snap, back to Snook. Now rolls to his right, looking downfield. Pass, and it's tipped by number 70. That's Dylan. Is it? I can't read my own writing. Tree ball.
Yep.
That's tree ball. He got a hand on that one and was able to bat it away from the intended receiver. This brings up second down and 10. Armstrong in the backfield with Snook. They've got 2 wide right and 2 wide left. Snook drops straight back, looks, fires, and through the hands of McCracken. Incomplete. So now, third down and 10. So far, the incompletions they've thrown 3 in a row, or 2. 2 in a row.
Yep.
So they're going to need to have a couple here to continue this drive.
Hurry up.
So the snap goes to Snook, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looking, throws, trying to hit Gus French, but it fell incomplete. He was well defended on the play. Or Gus French, excuse me. It's getting late for me. I still got to be up at 8 a.m. to do the softball game. Gus French was the intended receiver. I need to have a water break or maybe a nap break.
In fairness, we're just past the 3-hour mark, so I mean, it's been a long game.
So fourth down and 10, so this is kind of the ball game. And 2:37 on the clock, so if they do lose it on downs, all Butler has to do is pick up 1 first down, and I think it would be over. So timeout, so they're going to use one of them, so they only have 1 left. So really, it's down to this play. So I think that's what Coach Quigley was saying. Even if we don't get it,
I mean, it's
we
2-score
can't stop
game.
the clock.
two-score game. I mean, you only got 2 more timeouts left, so obviously if you score, you got to get an onside kick anyways. So those timeouts, I mean, if you try to carry them over to defense, really aren't helping you. So
Agreed.
might as well take some time and drop exactly what you want here. Try to convert and give yourself a slight chance. They have shown the ability to get an onside kick too tonight, so.
We have I think we have seen it all.
I mean, you're talking an onside kick, penalty, safety in the end zone on a penalty, a re-kick, a mulligan kick. Yeah, we've seen about everything there is to see tonight.
And
this is
before
just game
that,
1.
Yeah, this is just. I would think it would calm down in games after this, but you never know.
If it's not, I'm gonna have to read up on the rule book this week because my IQ of football has been tested tonight.
Yeah, and mine is limited anyway with high school because I watch more professional and college.
It'd just be easier if they made all the same rules.
I agree.
Universal.
I agree. I don't know why they don't do such a thing. So 4th down and 10 for the Panthers from the 33-yard line. This is kind of the ball game. And there's a give to Gus French, who's squirting ahead and close.
Yeah.
Still going. I don't know if he made it.
short.
I think he's going to be marked short. He got to the 29, but I think he had to get to the 28.
I think he's just short.
So he made a good effort on that, picked up about 9, but then he was grabbed and prevented from going any further. So he's just a yard short. So 1st and 10 for Butler. So really a first down here. Then they can probably take a knee, although with
they're going to have to run a few plays, but
I think it's going to take them to get a first down.
Regardless how this one ends, like we said, Panthers showing a lot of grit in the second half, giving themselves a chance. Also, with the playoff point system, you're playing a Class 2 opponent that you're getting a points bump for. I mean, so it's going to help in that sense. A lot of good things from Panthers tonight. Obviously, some things to work on, but it's week 1, to be expected.
A lot of things to work on, as you say. So here's the snap, back to Long, keeps it, and is wrapped up. He kind of bobbled it on the snap, but then charged ahead. Got about 2, Long 2.
Got to think Long's going to be resting those legs on the way back. He's had a 20-carry night. That's a night.
That is, especially game number 1, that's a lot. So 2nd down and 8 from the 26-yard line. 1:47, 1:46 on the clock. Under center, and there is snap, but then I don't know that he got very good. A couple of Panthers grabbed him in a scrum of, looked more like rugby out there as the bodies were all mushed together. And they drove him back, but I think they
lost a yard, I believe.
Lost about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. Ball rests right on the 25-yard line. Clock does continue to run, 1:10, 1:09. So Long, looks like they're going to maybe take a knee. Nope, and he tries the left side, but he's stopped. So they're going to timeout for Panthers, I believe. So it's 4th down. He got back to the line of scrimmage and maybe picked up a little bit past that. Yeah, give him. Oh, he picked up about
a couple.
3.
Yeah, 3. I think he got about 3 yards.
So timeout Panthers here. We've got the score, Butler 30, North Platte 20. 48 seconds remain on the clock here in the home opener for the Panthers.
I think if you're Butler, you just punt this one away and use the fact of you're up 2 scores with 40 seconds left.
I think that would be the more, strategic thing to do. Why would you risk anything?
Well, and the other thing is, so the way the mission point system works is it caps at 13 points. So if you lose by 13 or more, it's the same result. But if you lose by anything less, it's a points bump. So I mean, the Panthers are obviously still trying to win this game, but at the same time, I mean, losing by 10 or losing by 2, I mean, that's a district seeding. Those minimal points might be the difference between you going on the road in the first round of the playoffs and hosting a playoff game. So, I mean, it's hard to think about that in week 1, but there's a long game that's got to be played here.
All of it counts in the end when you start tallying that kind of stuff up at the end of the season. So they are actually in punt formation. I think that's what they're going to do. So first time we've seen it. And the snap goes over his head, and he's all the way back. He tries to punt it, but it did, but nobody was back, and the ball's rolling and almost touched, but not. So it's dead at basically the 48-yard line of Butler is where North Platte will start 1st and 10. So if they could have had somebody back there, that would have been interesting. Because 35 seconds left in the game. But Xavier Wisdom was back there to punt it, and it went over his head. Raced back there to grab it, and then was able to gather it and punt it away. Got it at least out to the 48. So it makes it a little bit further for the Panthers to go, but they're gonna have to go to the air now with 30-some-odd seconds left here in this one. Snap goes to Snook. Snook rolls to his left, looking down, complete to McCracken, and brought down out of bounds. They're gonna say he's out of bounds at the 30, or excuse me, at the 46-yard line, and that he able to. So it's really between the 45 and 46, and that's going to bring up second down at about 7. But that really doesn't matter because 29 seconds on the scoreboard is more of a factor at this point. Snook takes the snap, drops back, looks deep, fires out to the far side. Brendan Matt hit out there, and now he's wrapped up by 2 defenders. And quickly tries to get back to the huddle. They need to get on the line. So the ball, 9, 8, 7. The clock is quickly diminishing. They're not even set yet. 3, 2, 1. The last play of the game, and there's a throw, and caught by, they're going to say, that pass incomplete, or are they going to say?
I think they called it a catch, and his knee was down.
His knee was down when he caught it. Gus French with the catch, but that is going to end the ball game as time expires. So the final score here in tonight's home opener, not going the way of the Panthers, but they did show a lot of promise. Hopefully we can see more grit. I'll just call it a grit season maybe coming up. So final score here tonight, Butler 30 and North Platte 20. Not the outcome we wanted, but the one we got. So what do you take away with this one?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not the outcome we wanted, but considering the fact that it was 28-6 at halftime, 30-20 loss, I mean, obviously more respectable. You're playing a Class 2 opponent, so like I said, you're going to get the schedule bump. So that's the good side of things. Good side of things also, they did a lot of good things second half. I think they started to find their identity. Running game kind of got into rhythm. Definitely found some rhythm in the running game. Started to get some yards. It just was too steep of a hill to climb at halftime. But they definitely did a lot of good things they can build on in the second half, taking it into Milan next week. Obviously some things to work on, but like we said, I mean, it's week 1. I mean, that's to be expected. As many new faces we have, I mean, that's a lot to be expected. So, I mean, the fight they showed tonight was awesome to see. Them just fighting back and never giving up. I mean, that's keeping a community behind them. Yeah,
that's very encouraging.
That's encouraging. There was enough good signs that, in my opinion, they're going to be just fine this year. Especially, I mean, playing Class 1 football. I mean, it's anybody's ball game. And the district that they're in, it's a wide open district. You win a district and you're sitting in a quarterfinal game. I mean, there's a lot of good things still to come for the Panthers. I don't think they need to dwell on this one too much. Just obviously fix some mistakes, keep doing the good things, and just keep moving forward. I mean, it's week 1. There's 8 more games until our season's on the line. So, I mean, there's a long way to go in this thing.
Still a lot of football left to be played. And I think the second half hopefully, is an indicator for where this team's headed. Their theme this year is Rise Up.
Yeah, and I think they did that second half.
I think they embodied that. They certainly showed that in the second half. Now, the first half was sloppy, and that's first game jitters. That's just what you kind of get your first time out. I think if they could take some of that away, this game maybe ends up differently.
Absolutely, yep.
But that's not the outcome. So I think Coach Quigley is going to be in there and certainly give them accolades for their grit, their grind, and their never give up attitude, and the way they did rise up in the second half. And I think this team, like you're saying, there's a lot of things we can look forward to in the coming football games that we're going to get a chance to watch this team play.
Well, and just real quick, I mean, think of the names we were calling tonight: Logan Manville, Gus French, Waylon McCracken, Weston Stuck. I mean, how many of those names we called last year? Not very many.
Not
very
often.
That's
often.
a lot of new names that are now handling the football on a routine basis. I mean, they gained some valuable experience tonight. They found the second back behind Dylan Armstrong. The offensive line, they found that left side of the line really started pushing people around. Snook threw the ball well. There was obviously had some drop passes, but it's high school football, so that's going to happen. So work on that a little bit. Like I said, there's a lot of good things they can build on. Fix those mistakes. Turnover bug. Got to take care of the turnovers.
Legal man downfield.
Legal man downfield. Yep. There's some things to fix.
But I think it kind of balanced out. I mean, and you didn't get the outcome where you finished on top, but there are a lot of things to work on. But there are a lot of things to be proud of and to take away from this game as saying, we can hang, we can do this. We can certainly put up a very competitive football team. And so next week they are traveling to Milan for they faced them in the semifinal game last year before they went to state.
I think it's another game like this one. Milan's got a lot of new faces. I mean, it's a young football team that just like us, so it's going to be a completely different Milan team. I know that running back they had's gone. He's graduated. I mean, it's a new Milan team. So
we'll see what they got.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, maybe see what they did tonight if they.
Because
I'm sure they were in action. So that'll be an interesting game because they traveled up here on that Saturday afternoon when the snow started in the afternoon. I still remember it, and it was right before, of course, the Panthers able to finish on top, and they were able then we can make our trip down to Columbia, which was, quite an experience.
Yes.
And certainly that game didn't end the way we would want it to. But so we'll talk about Milan. It's about 2.5 hours away.
It's up in the Kirksville area. It's a little bit of a trip. I know last year we had Gallatin and Maysville to start off the year, and I know high school games run off contract, so I think they had a contract end and they had to find some new games to schedule. So I mean, it's sometimes hard to find if teams don't have openings around here. So I know Milan was a familiar opponent because we played them last year. I think it'll be good for the kids to play somebody different. I think you're not playing the same teams. You play the same 2 non-con games every year of high school. You got to play something different. Take a little road trip. I know it's a long trip, but
it should be an interesting time.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can't maybe get the North Platte Sports Radio up there to maybe broadcast that game. I've got to put some logistical things together. We'll see.
Right.
Because for us to get up there on a Friday before 7.
Yeah, that's.
We're talking.
That's getting on the road pretty quick.
No doubt. Plus the doing the driving and then getting up there and setting up. But we'll see. If not, we will be back here on.
East Buck?
Lathrop.
Homecoming.
Which will be homecoming.
Yeah.
So the next time we're here,
True
will be
homecoming.
homecoming.
We are coming home.
Yes, that's right. And certainly from Milan. So on September 13th, we'll for sure have that broadcast of the home game against the Lathrop. And we'll also be on the YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here.
And we're back tomorrow.
And we are. That's true.
Bright and early.
We are back bright and early for the North Platte Lady Panthers as they take on East Buchanan in their first game. I think it's Lexington.
Yep, Lexington. East Buck at 8, Lexington at 11:15, and then Pattonsburg at 4 o'clock.
Pattonsburg
Full day
at
of
4
softball
o'clock
tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So for Clay Atterbury, I'm Steve Boyston. Thanks for tuning in to the North Platte Sports Radio. We will talk to you next time. Good night, everyone.
Oh, oui. Oh, pardon, oui. That's all, folks.
This is North Platte Sports Radio.